Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 51. I'm saying with super confidence without checking.
Yes.
Yes. This is On the
Yeah.
episode 51. This is the show where we take you behind the curtain here at Dwarven Forge, show you what we're working on, hang out for 2 hours, have a drink, talk gaming, talk terrain, and hang out in my basement tonight. So, welcome, Chris.
Hi. It's nice to be here. It's kind of crowded.
It is on that little screen. Really?
On the episode. Wait.
What?
Did you say on the episode? Did you say on the episode? No, it says on the Anvil in the title.
Did you say
on the episode?
I don't know. Maybe this is on the episode 51.
On the episode, Anvil 51.
So we are we're gonna have a stream with no tech problems tonight because because I'm running it. And we're selfishly I am selfishly running it out of the basement here tonight because I need to do a build for my home game, and I thought I could kill two birds with one stone. But we'll get to that after some of our other things. So what are we up to tonight, Chris?
What we're up to tonight is,
Oh,
the main topic is he's got to make a build for his home game in 2 hours, so we're going to do like a speed run contest on that. We're going to show off a bunch of... we're trying a new order for things today. We've realized that Wildlands always takes up a significant portion of the time. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at the new test shots before we get to the news. Then we're going to go over all the news, and then we're going to start building and answering your questions as it happens. That way he can be building while we go over the news topics. Is the general idea.
Brilliant idea, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at. We need to tell anybody anything else? I keep forgetting new people sometimes watch this show. What else do they need to know?
Yeah, for those of you who are new, this is the show where we go over whatever's going on this week. We show off stuff from the latest Kickstarter that we're working on in production. We show anything that develops for upcoming Kickstarters and the like. And we just talk about random topics and things and joke around.
And giveaway. At the halfway point, we do a giveaway.
We do a giveaway. We always say that we're going to do it at around 8 o'clock, but depending on how distracted we get, sometimes we do it at the very end.
Squirrel.
Yep, exactly. So, why don't we go ahead and get into those Wildlands test shots?
Oh, we need like a test shots.
Test shots.
I don't know.
We're almost.
Have a close up.
We're almost done with test shots at this point, so it kind of go to waste if we made it now.
There could be worse fates than Holes. All right, so this is for those of you that are new. Test shots are our first castings that we get from the factory in Dwarvenite with the big steel molds, and it's super exciting because it's the first time we hold them. They're unpainted. But they are Dwarvenite and they're awesome. So this is the Titan Soup. We showed this last week, I think, but I just wanted to frame up something with focus, and this seemed like why not show it again? Because what a cool piece! It's big.
It's one of the coolest things to hit people with right off the bat.
Yeah, and look for scale. This is the scale. It's enormous.
Is the topper the size of your hand?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's absolutely enormous. And if
it's like that scene from Tarzan. You know? Have you seen Tarzan?
No.
Please tell me you've seen Tarzan. You haven't seen Tarzan?
I mean, I saw, what is it, The Secret of Greystoke or whatever.
That's not Tarzan. Disney's Tarzan.
No.
Starring Phil Collins.
I saw the one with Encino Man. No, actually I didn't. Was that George of the Jungle? What was that?
George of the Jungle had Brendan Fraser in it.
Yeah. I thought that's a castle tower. I can't even fit it there. That's a castle tower on top of the Titan's Tooth. Anyway. Yeah, it's big.
I can't believe you've never seen Tarzan. All right,
No.
I'll have to get another DVD.
Blu-rays only.
See some of the new stuff in the background there.
Oh yeah, we'll get many. I just I just painted this is my niece's character for the home game, and I almost dropped it off the thing. I didn't seal it yet. All right, so let's get in there. All right, so we've got hot new pieces. Let's start with should we start with small stuff? Get us a bunch of Little bitty boys.
We do have a lot of small stuff today.
So this is... I tried more lights down here, too, which may or may not help. I guess it doesn't help my focus.
It's a little warm, but...
You're a little warm. That's what I...
Actually, no.
No.
My air conditioner has been going all day.
There we go. It's a cool little lily pad. Nina sculpted that one up, and it's large enough to pop your minis on, so you can use it for platforming across the water. Woo! We did not manage to get a magnet in this because we wanted to keep it super thin, so it does not have a anchor magnet. Speaking of platforming, we've showed these before. I think this is the mountain jumpy stone. We adjusted the hole placement. It has a little pull accessory hole there, so you can put something like. Hang on. There we go. So you can put like the mana stave on there, or this guy's awesome. The swinging stake trap, which we didn't really ever demo during Wildlands, because I don't know. I don't remember what exactly happened. Oh, because we were originally going to attach it to a tree, and then it didn't. Yeah. Wow, it turns out this light is hot. Maybe not the greatest idea to put a light right under my arms, but learning. Alligator and antler skull hood ornament for the barge. Nina put together a little. Woo. Look at that guy. It's gonna be super cool. Oh, do I have a regular? Let's put on a regular boat.
Now I really want us to make like Mad Max style vehicles for Descent into Avernus that you can put that skull on.
Yes. Put it on the front of your boat. Pretty neat. Ooh, you can put Michelle's stakes on your boat. And then I wish we had one going both directions, but you could weaponize the front of your boat if you need to. So you could put them all on one side for. Wait till we get the actual barge. Be the last piece out of production, I think, but we'll get there. Speaking of things you can weaponize the barge with, look at this little guy. We have the this little harpoon launcher. It's like smaller than the Arbalist, but still pretty beefy. And another good way to weaponize whatever you got. It's a fun one. Did we look at the Viscalid previously? I can't remember. I think we did, but I couldn't remember if I grabbed it in the. And had we looked at the Sauronest bulb pod before either? I don't know. This is the little baby Sauronest before it's grown. I think we looked at this, right? I feel like I don't know. I can't remember what we've looked at or not. The chat maybe will hopefully tell us. These guys talk. The wyvern.
Hey Nate,
skull cairn. Yeah.
Do you want to take a quick picture of you looking at this stuff to tweet out real quick?
Yeah, I forgot to tell people we're live on the internet. Oh man.
It's all right. People are watching us on the internet.
This is what happens when Mace is on vacation.
I should have remembered. I should set up just notifications just to hit me no matter what. What is that last one there? You talking about the kind of the wyvern skull on the rock? Yeah, I was talking to Tyler about that. I forgot it was in the campaign too.
There's so many things that are in the campaign that I forgot were in the campaign. Like we're getting a reminder as they come back out. We gotta make a fun picture here for taste. All right. Man, I'm gonna lose. You better tell me a good joke.
The egg pod, the thing all the way on the right, the egg pod. That's a Sauronest bulb pod. Essentially, it's like if you remember like the bigger Sauronest, those are. You know them as like baby Sauronest. You know they'll grow to be Sauronest over time or something like that, or they could be something you harvest from the Sauronest. It's a nice creepy little thing.
Little splotch of color. All right.
Yeah.
Internet.
Will those have magnets?
Only the other ones are too small. We could have jammed them in there. I can't remember why we didn't. There was a rhyme to the reason. Is Tyler here? It's his birthday. He's probably not here. Hopefully he's not here.
No, he's hanging out with Kelsey tonight. Yeah. So just magnets in the gator skull. Interesting. I wonder if we just didn't want to.
I,
Is it because the Viscid and Bulb Pod are?
I don't
It's
know.
not
I
for too
can't.
small for it, right?
Well, we could theoretically put it in there. Oh no, what did I forget? Oh, that's. I can't win.
Okay, Nate, drill time.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm guessing the lilies only come with the swamp sets. Yeah, the lilies are definitely meant for the swamp more than anything.
But you can use
Uh,
any of the stuff anywhere.
right. But I'm pretty sure the lilies were packaged with swamp stuff, though, right? Like in the packs.
I
There's an
Dude,
add-on for one of the trees.
we
Packs
had
that
like
had them.
200 packs. uh,
Yeah.
hmm, maybe even more. We had too many.
Yeah, the swamp lilies were here. We got them in. Lilies in a dungeon pool. I just think they wouldn't function too well in like a rushing river. But outside of that, any kind of stagnant water. You're putting your lilies in Hellscape.
I love it. There's no wrong way.
I may need a little pieces from swamp to complement my Titan's Tooth set. Well, that's a nice thing, especially with swamp and forest. They play so well together. Hell lilies, hellies. Apparently, you're getting 4 of the wyvern skull cairn. Can we get another close up of the cairn? I'm sure we'll get one in just a
Yeah,
moment. He's
I'm all
hitting
right.
social media.
Done. Okay, I tweeted the worst. I just probably got typos.
Just tweet a picture and hi, we're live.
Hey, you should have been really proud of me. I put an Instagram story up earlier this week, all by myself.
I saw it. You did really well with that. People
Yeah.
were excited about it on Discord.
Yeah, it was
Not about the stuff that you showed off in the story. They were just really happy that Nate posted on Instagram.
on the Dwarven Forge account. Yeah,
Yeah.
It only took 6 tries, but I got it. All right.
Fit check.
I haven't gotten to that one yet, but the fit check is coming. Don't you forget the fit check.
Just a week straight. You just got to set a week of reminders.
Here's the skeletal hand, which is in translucent. So if you get it unpainted, well, I can't find the center. There's can be something fun you could do with it. It's translucent, so the base can be clear.
Imagine that on the river Styx.
Yeah.
Like, under a light panel.
We need 1,000 of those. We got mossy rock mound here, which is also has the little pull accessory hole in it, so you can weaponize it or put whatever any of our good things. Hey, you can put the top of the old boat. It's a Loch Ness monster. We got this is so don't be freaked out by the color of the string. This is just a sample of how it's gonna work. I'm getting a weird echo from you, Chris. My voice is echoing back on my. Oh, that's gone. Weird.
Okay, let me.
This is a tripwire, and these have magnets. So it's not a size. I don't know why we didn't put magnets in the viscolid and the bulb pod, but we didn't. It's tripwire, which you can use to set off your tripwire. We have. We got all those little guys. LED socket rock with this is a torch from Dungeon of Doom. I don't think I've seen the Arcane Glow Globe yet, which is our socket LED in this one, or the
is still one of the ones that we need to get.
Or the Balefire lantern.
Have we gotten any of the LEDs back?
We
got the planar pylon, but
I don't know. I have to ask Tyler.
yeah.
We've got. Let's get. Do people want to? Oh, we'll see. We got this guy again, the Basilisk, because they, for the non-LED version, they patched the little hole on the base where the switch was for the LED version. So this guy has his own self-contained switch. Wow, he's too big for the. There we go.
Wait, does the front of the rock come off? Where's the battery?
This is not a battery. This guy does not have a battery. Oh, this.
Yeah, I think they were talking about it.
Oh, The battery's in the bottom. You unscrew that. There'll be a magnet there. Switch is on the side. You pop that open and off you go. CR 2032. We've got. Let's see. Oh, what am I supposed to show this? So this is the mountain special effects floor. So this has a cutout in here that'll accommodate either the light puck or the fogger. I don't have a light puck. I cannot wait until we show off the light puck. That's going to be that and the barge are going to be battling for the last thing to be finished. This fits over. It fits over the fogger. It's at one floor's height, so you can build up with banks or whatever to get to it. Or you could just suspend it up over other stuff or whatnot. But this is a place to hide your fogger. Good stuff underneath it. We've got.
How long does the fogger run for after?
I don't know.
What's the last estimate we got?
4 hours or something. Depends on what you put on top of it, and also with our recycling the water vapor. I don't know how long that's going to help with it, and I don't know. We'll have to when we get the new version. We'll run some tests on it. Do we want to go? Oh, let's do Crescent Rock first, and then. So we got this guy, the Crescent Rock mound. Or Crescent Crag.
I forgot that one exists too.
Yeah, the banana boat. Yeah, and this is a fun, like, you can put your monologuing villain up there. Put it over, like, have him over a pit of something or other. It's got the pull accessory or paired peg holes here, so you can attach a bridge or a dock. Like, wait, I gotta show the dock. This is my favorite. Oh man, why don't I have a dock with the pilings on it? I mean, I'm sure I do somewhere.
Ring, 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 ring.
I know I should. Is it banana phone?
Yep. Any way we can start seeing these pieces with a figure to compare size like Nate is doing now? Should just always have the figure on screen.
Sure. We also have these squares are each half inch, the little ones. How nice is that little lineup? And then you can line that up to Step Stump Crag. Like, there's going to be some really fun docks and bridge builds that people do. Also, what?
Everybody's saying, like, wait, it's literally on a grid right now, so, like, why do we need...
I'm literally on a grid of half-inch squares, but, it's not the same. Like, you need to see a mini. Even then, when you see a mini, it still sometimes doesn't really tell you what you're doing.
Like, yeah. Docks got restocked today? They sure did, and we sold a lot of them.
Well, docks are going to be the one thing you want with your Wildland stuff. We have so many paired peg holes to attach your docks, and so many fun ways to just do water. The water texture mats are just awesome. Like, I don't know, there's so much good stuff. We got this guy. Do we go? Hang on, we got two. Do you want to go floaty or chunky? That wasn't an answer.
Chunk.
Chunk? All right, we're going chunky. All right. So.
Chunky, big chungus.
We have a
floaty.
Table.
We got one floaty.
We have a table named Chungus.
I got 3 docks, then Chris posted a picture with 6 sets. Yeah. Guess we know the next giveaway word. Thick, chunky thickness, that rock thick. Yeah, we've got a very, it's kind of overwhelming, it looks like.
Alright, well, I need more light in here. This is the Stefan staircase, which is, do I have the other one? Ugh. I mean, I do.
People are asking if you have it now, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you take it back to the office already?
No, I have my, look at it, you would be surprised. I give Tyler a run for his money with how organized the prototypes are here. Alright, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would do a I would do a match, see who could grab stuff the fastest. So that is, so you can go, or you can line them up like yay. And you can go like such. Yeah. I need some stilts. Oh wait, I have one. But no magnets on anything,
Well,
but you know.
One stilt.
The loneliest stilt.
Is that an elevation block? What?
I mean, that would require like finding it.
Yeah.
You know what, actually,
I bet Banks would help that out a bit.
Yes, banks.
Yeah.
Or just doing it one elevation block high. But I just had a big pile of them in my hand. As I was bragging about how I could quick beat Tyler in a gathering.
What was the problem with the first version? Had a big rock problem, from my understanding.
Yeah, it was uncastable. Was the problem.
Yeah, we had to change the geometry a little bit so that
there was
factory could do
well,
it.
there was a golf ball that was all undercuts, which posed a lot of technical challenges. Woo!
It looks pretty natural.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, it looks like somebody
Carve
it
some
out of-
stairs into your
Yeah.
Could do a thing like that where they run up.
But it looks like it was actually carved into an actual mountain. It's nice.
Yeah, and you can fit a.
Oh, I didn't even think about building it like that.
Oh yeah,
like
there's.
putting it
Oh,
putting it
yeah.
at like 90-degree angles.
Yeah, you can pop out like. Wait, put this guy here. That's. Ooh. Well, that's the thing. I was just saying with. Was it with Tyler or with you? Well, I said it with Tyler today, but we've never offered people such an open-ended collection of tools, right? These pieces are like, having just played a little bit with this small batch of prototypes, it's gonna be mind-blowing. The things that people are gonna make, like they're because it's so organic and there's verticality and irregular shapes, it's just gonna like, this toolbox is unbelievable. Like I don't think people are going to appreciate it until they have it in hand and are doing something that are just these builds. We're going to see these photos that are just going to melt people's faces.
Well, I guarantee people are going to come up with stuff in their home builds that we haven't thought of yet.
Oh, without a doubt. Like it's within seconds. Like the box is going to open and stuff is going to be of them.
Gilded Poison is a fun idea. Put them on either side of a waterfall to have a passage behind the falls.
Done. We'll get there in just a sec. Speaking of passages, hidey hole cliff. So this has got your little step up, bum bum, but this guy pops out, and there is a there's a hole through there with texture and everything. It's super. I love this thing. And then you can just, if you want to stuff it up, pop that in there. And this little step crag is a really, like, this thing just snuggles up so nicely against everything. Right, you can.
Lots of LED potential for that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That hole.
Imagine just like hiding behind it, like firebolting people through it.
Yeah, you can. It's definitely is a call to danger. It's a great transition into your caverns pieces or whatever. You know. All right, so then let's look at floaty bits. Whoa. Did we look at the spires?
We're going to pull back a little bit for that.
Yeah. So we've got what do we have here? So this is, let's start at the bottom. These are spires.
See,
I don't know.
This is floaty and chonky at the same time.
Well, not compared to, like, this is chonky. Like, this is a little, like, this is pointy, but not like a big chonky boy. This is Wyverstone Spires. Pretty awesome. I don't know, did we look at this one before? I can't remember. If we looked at this piece
We
or
looked
not.
at one of the clusters. I'm not sure if it was that one.
I can't remember, but that was it. But now it's got a hole in there for the rod. We touch this, so here's sans rod. we got, this is the medium driftstone, which, you know, you can just use a scatter like this. Oh, here for your reference is big. But then, check this out. When you put your rod in the bottom, whoop, and then you can pop it in any. Let's put it in this guy. No, we can't see it.
Love the Damascus steel look of the rock.
Yes, Widerstone. So then this thing is up here, and then check this out. I'm so excited for this. You ready? Whoa! It's wizardry. Oh, I should turn this sideways so you can see.
Oh, thank God you magnetized the base. Okay.
Yeah, you're like, what is going on, David Blaine? How did you get on this stream? Yeah, there's magnets. Cobalt Keep makes these neat little magnet-based kits, which actually sometimes wreaks havoc with our anchor magnets. But this has metal plate on there, so you can put. Of course, none of these test shots have magnets in them, but like if you had like the mountain jumpy stone you wanted to put on there and have it not slide, like once it's on, you got the metal plate there. It's mostly for like the teardrop inserts can fit on there. Oh, you know what I have here?
Some DM out there is going to do some Inception thing.
Yes.
Where they've got like the set rotating and all the players are on magnetic bases. And they're just going to rotate all of it.
Let's go back further.
Can the mini fit under the bottom?
Down here?
Under the bottom of like the Wyverstone cracks?
So this is up here to help if you put things with pole accessories on, they won't. Or I mean, if you put things with anchor magnets on, like these teardrops, it won't drift quite as. It's still, it can still slide a little, but it's definitely helps have a little metal in there. And as the case with the mini, it'll definitely hold if you've got magnetizer based on your minis. You can go sailing without worrying about capsizing. So that's the thing. I don't think. I bet 90% of the people that back these don't realize these have metal in them.
How well will the poison bloom fit with the problems they had with the teardrop floor?
It's gonna be fantastic. It was the OT, the original teardrop.
Yeah, everything else was basically adjusted to fit the poison bloom's footprint.
Yeah. Whee. All right. Oh, and then this also has the side holes, so you can put sidecars on, right? So you could have like this little guy floating, or we don't have any of the other driftstones yet, so we'll do like some crazy driftstone tinker toy. Those once we have a bunch, but yeah,
we're gonna see some really cool plane of wind stuff when the driftstones are out.
It's gonna be awesome. Whee. This one does not have a magnet. But...
okay.
Yeah, be okay. We'll be okay. Got rubber tails.
Is there any other mini you can use instead?
Nah.
All right.
Yeah. We got, and I guess we got one last one, which is that it? Yeah. I think so in this batch. Look who's here.
There he is.
And we've got a casting color. I believe it's going to be clear. We don't have final confirmation yet, but I believe they're doing all the clear in clear, and then we'll do clear inks or whatever, like these.
Oh, we have the spill out too.
Yeah. These things, right? Like, look transparent.
Really hard to see the details when it's
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't look like anything, but it's amazing. Well, actually, you can kind of see the ripples of.
Yeah, you can you can see it. It's hard to make out like the rocks right now.
Yeah. Does that help if?
I can kind of see the
the
stepping stone. Which paint is that? Was that a golden translucent paint? What is that?
Yes. I love these golden translucent what are they? Transparent ink. I love them, especially on spell effects like this. It's hard to tell with her. Like those are, she's got clear things, so you could do like little gradients, or like this one. Or you can do these like clear, these cool stuff with the clear bits. Like you can, I don't know. So it's still translucent, but looks neat.
Just start painting it now. You can't paint these.
These are test shots. But yeah, these golden. I love these the golden transparent series. High flow acrylic transparents.
It's the same one we used the yellow for Hellscape.
Yeah. So this here waterfall.
Oh, which color is that in particular? People are wanting to know so they can prepare.
Which color? Oh, I would get the blue. You probably want this one. The phthalo blue.
Phthalo blue. Now it's not set in stone yet.
Yeah.
This is just a likely. It's possible things change, but
you should probably ask the paint team, not me, what color to get. But
yeah, so don't go buying it yet unless you decided you want that paint, anyways. But yeah, because we will be making paint guides and everything once we know.
Yes, but we don't make a transparent paint, so it's probably going to be these golden transparents, and that's the blue. This is the spill out piece. It's kind of hard to see the details in clear, but it's got wonderful water textures there. Woo! I have a couple of magnets. Signature. And then this is the cutout.
Apparently that's the blue Bob Ross always uses.
There you go. R.I.P.
Yeah, Dolan Rusty, we're going to have a... oh, wow. I just realized his name isn't Dolan Rusty. It's Dole and Rusty.
Oh, Dulland. Dulland.
Yeah, I've been thinking it's like Dolan Rusty, like that's like a proper name, like the entire time.
No.
Yeah, we are gonna have we're gonna have painting tutorials for everything when this stuff comes out. That's our plan, anyways.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff to cover, so it might not all happen immediately, but we're trying to, as much as possible, have everything ready when you get your stuff.
It should be pretty fun. There's gonna be some wild waterfall builds that I think folks will do. Oh yeah, they wanted me to put this next to.
Oh yeah, the secret passage.
You know, ever since Joe Manganiello called me the Bob Ross of terrain, I feel like an extra kinship to Bob Ross. So what was it? So this was. They wanted them on either side.
A tenth of his hair situation going on.
A tenth what?
You got like a tenth of his hair situation going on.
Yeah, he had no joke. Like.
I wish we had the other one as well, because I think the best way to make it work would be to have a double high waterfall.
Were they one of these behind the waterfall? What was the? What did they want the stairs?
Basically, have the stairs on the other side so that they look like there's a path behind the waterfall.
Behind it, yeah. So when the waterfall lifts, there's the stairs winding up to the secret cave.
So probably what you could do is if it was double high, you could use like the stairs and then like the hidey hole escarpment or the concave cutout to like sell it probably.
Yeah. I definitely had tried to work out a secret door in the waterfall, but it never really quite panned out.
Hey, we can always make more pieces in the future, you know? We've got the footprint down now.
Turns out we can make more pieces.
It's kind of our job, actually.
Yeah. All right, that was all the test shots. Anybody have any questions before I put them away? Start building.
Here's one I'm good with answering. Any word on fulfillment or when the monthly update will come out? The update is tomorrow.
Yes.
The update will have nice photographs of all of these pieces as well as the rest of the test shots that came in this month. As far as word on fulfillment,
we are the current estimate is everything's going to hit first wave of stuff, which will be mostly forest. We anticipate is going to hit the water now in August, which means we'll start fulfilling in late September. And then that's followed by a second and probably third wave or something. Or it might even not be as clean as that. It might just be 6 containers, just like sort of as they're ready, pack them up, go, pack them up, go, pack them up, go, and as we get them, we ship them. But it's we don't know because the factory doesn't know because they're not done. Like, where did I put this bin that this was in? I don't want to lose.
Any word on whether the Bayou barge is going to work with the rowboat? Actually,
yes, that's why it's been killing us trying to get the thing to work. But yes, we got it, and it's it'll be interchangeable with the existing robot.
Yeah, I think we just got that sorted like over the last couple days. Yeah.
We just shipped the latest to today. But anyway, in terms of fulfillment, we'll keep you posted as it all evolves. But that's the current schedule, and we won't really know until they've actually finished casting enough stuff for the first wave and painted it and packed it, and it hits the water, and it doesn't get stuck in a canal, and there's no storms, and it doesn't get caught in customs, and it makes it to our warehouse no problem, and they're able to unpack it and receive it. So once all that happens, we'll be in great shape. But we don't know how that's all going to pan out just yet. But
did you figure out why it was so difficult? It's the reality of, like the shrinkage issues that we usually have and all that, combined with like the cutout for the boats is like a lot more complicated than the average like cutout, basically.
Yeah, and it was having to match to another thing rather than just itself was what made it particularly tricky. Like the first rowboat only had to match to itself, the next one had to match to itself and the other one, and the fitting was just, I don't know, it was finicky in the first one, and then you had to sort of do it again and match those ones, and it's like, meh. Anyway, all right.
Any more painted samples? We didn't have any painted come in.
There's a couple, but I don't have them here. Nothing flashy.
It was mostly just more of the forest and swamp stuff, yeah. And
we had
like,
a couple trifecta.
Like same paint scheme we've already seen, basically.
Couple trifecta ledges, and there's a couple of big escarpments. I think we might have showed those already. There was no like showstopper. Like we didn't get any of that. We didn't get the ruins. We didn't get. Did we show the still? This is the goal still. We didn't have. We don't have any like anything that's wildly new in world of painted samples. But that'll all be coming in on the pike. Like as soon as these test shots are through, then they send them to the paint group, and we'll be drowning in painted stuff soon.
With the signature on the bottom of the spill out, will that be visible when it's painted? We might not know until we get the painted sample.
Probably not. We're already talking about if it's feasible to move it, and how. I don't know. TBD. It's gonna be the same problem in like the Fey pool and whatever. So we'll have to worry. We will sort out the imprint because it is. If it's visible, it's gonna be a problem.
Where will resin and dice fall in the fulfillment? Dice are being sent out.
Dice will be in the first wave, I believe, and I'm not sure about resin. So we have a new resin. Our original resin factory is closed, which is really sad.
I didn't know that.
There's not enough business in the resin world. So we have a new resin factory, which is way more expensive. Like we have to like, if we ever redid like if we did another wave of catacombs or something, it would cost like the set would cost like another $75 or something. It would be like $275 or something crazy.
Because we don't have those grandfathered prices because of the
yeah. Well, there's not demand right now in resin world. It's a dying art. So I don't know when the resin's going to come, but the dice, we were waiting. Oh, I have samples of the dice. Speaking of, before I take all these lights down.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Here we go. All right, so what we have.
Everybody's saying, so that means that we need to update all the resin sets to Dwarvenite then.
Yeah, basically. All right. So, is that in focus?
Yeah, that light is hitting the metal surfaces hard.
Man, I'll tell you, lighting dice is really bonkers. Let's see. All right, so what we have. What we have. Everybody's saying, so that means that we need to update all the resin sets to Dwarvenite then. Yeah, basically. All right. All right. So, is that in focus? Yeah, that light is hitting the metal surfaces hard. Man, I'll tell you, lighting dice is really bonkers.
Do you have regular dice to compare?
Do I have regular dice?
For those in chat, no, we have not. We have not confirmed that we're remaking any resin in
Yeah.
Dwarvenite. We were. It was a joke from the chat.
Yeah, we're probably not going to ever make any resin stuff in Dwarvenite. To be honest, we made. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all transpires. All right. So this is I have a nice standard D20. Here we go. That's a standard size D20.
I'm really excited for these.
Oh yeah, they are outrageous. Then we got the.
Do I have regular dice? Pulls out a box full of more metal dice.
Those are regular dice. What do you mean?
To a lot of people, regular dice means plastic.
This one's plastic. So that's the forest. The light on the color on the mountain. The blue is too light. I don't have the other samples are at work. So we're darkening the blue a little bit. It's a little too, I don't know. It's not the one that we approved, so we'll get there. But otherwise, it's like it's pretty spectacular. We're very excited with the mold, purple, the whatnot. It's
metal dice damage tables, books, character sheets, other players.
Other players. That's why you have a rolling tray.
Yeah, definitely have trays if you're gonna roll these dice, I think.
Yeah, no, these things are they've got weight to them. They've got heft. So this is the swamp one. The teal on this got really bright, and the purple's a little bright. So we're adjusting those, but otherwise it's good. Oh, and this I think they missed the fill-in on the 12 on this too. Yeah.
Just make a dice tray out of Dwarvenite and you're good to go.
Oh. So yeah, these things are huge. What's the? I think they're like 32.
Let's see. This one is the one. Yeah, I really like the swamp. Swamp's got a good look to it.
Oh, so
these dice may be the first thing to injure my Dwarvenite. We'll see.
It's 25. They're 25 millimeters face to face. I don't know if. Do you measure? What's the measurement? Do you do face to face or do you do like point to point?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not a big. I'm not a big dice guy.
31 millimeters point to point. Whatever that is.
Nate with the caliper for the win. Yeah, man, we've got so many calipers around the office.
You need when you work in millimeters, you need calipers. Yeah.
These are +2 sling stones.
Yeah, these are sling stones a walloping.
That would actually be really cool. You're doing like actual, like instead of like, you got like magic weapons or whatever, but actually doing like magic ammunition for a sling. Could actually make a sling like really interesting. People are saying you do point to point.
Mm. So it's like 31 millimeters.
Okay.
All right.
Not a doubt, sling stones of clobbering.
All right, let's do.
We should all work with millimeters.
Wait.
Yep. I don't know why we don't.
They are so good. The metric system is so superior. Like on every I wish my brain could just fully be in the metric system and the rest of the world could join me there.
We just keep like putting it off, and the longer we put it off, the worse it's gonna be when we finally.
The metric system.
Yeah.
It's not up to me, unfortunately. But we would be on metric tomorrow.
We just gotta all lobby at once. Maybe that's maybe that can become like the Dwarven Forge legacy.
So,
build enough of a following and get everybody to pressure.
Let's go into the. Before we go to the news, so this is my mission. Whew, hot, man. That mango was really Um, I'm going up to Vermont for Memorial Day weekend to see my parents. My brother's going to be there with his kids, and I'm going to play D&D for the first time in person in 1,000 years. I don't know when it was. I don't remember the last time I was physically in the room with everybody. So we're leaving Vorpal board at home, and we will play the home game with my brother and his kids and my son Grayson. And I need to make a build, and we're leaving tomorrow night, and I'm working all day tomorrow. So basically, I have to whatever I make tonight, I'm taking pictures, shoving it in a bag, bringing it up to Vermont, and I'm going to build it for Sunday morning game. So the mission is this: I'm going to build a cave. So the players are going to witness a meeting between the trolls and the lizard folk. So the troll king has summoned the lizard queen up to talk. I don't exactly know what they're talking about yet. So Skisrisa is going to roll in with her big group of lizard folk, and they're going to come from the water. So there's going to be like a shore sort of situation, forest maybe or whatever, some sort of water and shore that goes into a cave, and the trolls are in from the cave side. And so there's going to be an area for the players are coming in from this other thing that the trolls had burrowed into. They're going to come in from kind of the sides to oversee this meeting, right? And then it's going to be one of those things. I don't know how it's going to go down. Like fighting is going to break out, obviously. So then it's like, do the players just try and sneak away and hope everybody kills each other or whatever, or do they join? Do they like take one side? Do they like side with the trolls to try and wipe out the lizard folk and then kill off the trolls after everybody's wounded, or vice versa? Or wait for one side to win and then just kill whoever's left, or just get out of there, or try and sneak in and get the treasure, or I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. But the fun gag is gonna be, so it's gonna be like, I want a big open cavern with an open entrance out to the water where the lizard folk come from. Oh, this thing's offset. And I need so they're gonna like Skisrice is gonna walk in. She's gonna be all like tough and covered in blood and all like aggro and sort of like spitting on the troll. One of the venom spitters is gonna like spit in the troll's face and be all like acid and he's gonna be talking tough, and then and be like, you're so I heard the troll king is big, but you're like a chump. He's talking to like a venom troll, and he's gonna like laugh or whatever, and then say, well, okay, well, fine, then you should talk to the king, and then out of this back cavern, the huge dire troll is gonna roll out, right? This big, where's the big mambo? Right, this like monstrosity that's like however tall thing. So I need to have a back cave where the troll king reveal will come out, and then he's gonna like just like straight up like just eat a lizard folk, like decapitate him right there, and that's where the fighting will probably break out. So big chamber, side thing for the troll reveal, and then an area for the PCs are gonna come in, some areas, some places for them to hide, an open area. Do I need anything else before I start building? Does that make anybody have any good ideas on how to make this cool?
There's already a couple good things.
What do they got?
Jade Kind's saying that we need elevation for sure, so they can look down at it from above.
Yes.
Or they broker a deal between them both for peace. If that happens, though, okay. If they do try to take the peacemaker route, what you have to do then?
I've got a party of.
Then they have to unite them against a bigger threat.
It's 2 9-year-olds, an 11-year-old, and my brother. And
are you saying you don't have faith in our youth?
Yes, I'm saying that the children do not broker for peace. I'm saying they yeah. Although actually they have worked out some, and they did stop the Hobgoblin army and. But no, they. I think it's the negotiations they had with the Hobgoblin warlord didn't. They're not so much for negotiating. They're more of fire off a couple fireballs and see what happens, kind of. We'll go one.
Saying the troll should be in a cage and breaks loose, or they could free the mega troll to attack everyone else.
Well, I kind of wanted to make the mega troll the sort of scary reveal, like where the players, like they're. Whoa, I don't know what's going on up there. Wait, no. They're not as afraid of trolls as they should be. They're 9th level and have a bunch of overpowered magic items, and because who was the DM? Well, actually, in my defense, my nephew sometimes DMs a few sessions. Like I'll do an arc, and then he'll do a few session arc, whatever. And he just gives out like bonkers loot. Right? Like the druid got like a staff of the woodlands at like 2nd level or something. It's his sister, and like we got there's some nutso items out there. Instant fortress that we got early on and whatever. But it's fine. It just means I can throw harder stuff at them. It's like
Just saying. Then place the mega troll in one of those caverns, deep secret entrances with the rock, and he comes out.
He's like 25 feet tall. He can't even like.
It's a big rock.
It's like wait. Where's this thing? I get it.
What are the spirit trees like?
He's as big
the
as,
entrance to his underground house.
He's as big as this thing. Like I don't even know how. Like I just have to have a passage that doesn't have a topper because he's too big to get through anything.
Have him live inside the spirit tree. He comes crawling up through the.
Well,
top of the
they're
spirit
coming
tree.
down through a stump as their entrance into this thing.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's the wrong. I want to do their faces.
I've had a troll bard as an enemy before. He used out-of-tune chords to damage everyone around him.
Oh,
What if
that's
it's
awesome.
a battle of the bands between the trolls and lizards, and the players have to create their own to join in?
Did anybody realize how musical this month's build of the month is going to be? Speaking of,
I don't think.
musicals.
Speaking of the news that we got to get to.
It's full. It's a full musical. Like it should be on Broadway.
Smaller troll comes out and then roars and transforms into the mega troll. What if this mega troll's also an illusionist and he makes them think that he's a smaller troll with illusion magic?
No, he's not that smart. He's just a big, giant, dumb, smash you troll. Like, I just want to have the fun reveal of like they think they're like, okay, they're sizing it up. They're like, there's like 8 trolls and like 40 lizard folk, but they're probably both gonna kill each other. Like, we're not so worried about this. And then like the big Bertha rolls out and they're like, whoa, wait, what's that? Like that's beyond our pay grade. Well, we could. Illusion is one of the. I just got. They're big dumb trolls. They gotta like. All right. So what? Let's go to the news. What was there any other? Were there any other clever kickoffs? Let's see if I put the water.
Have the troll stuck, a la Winnie the Pooh in the honey tree.
No, they're supposed to be scared of the troll. It's not Pooh Bear. There's like this is supposed to be terrifying. This is a massive. It's like a 25-foot tall, 5-headed troll with like 6 arms. That is like you're supposed to be scary. You're supposed to be like I want them to be. They're not worried about trolls, and they should be. Trolls are hard to kill. They're like, Oh, and his 2 bodyguards. So the Durgar is behind all this. They've got plate mail that has fire resistance on it. So he's got 2 guards that are going to be even the warlock. My nephew is he's the warlock with fireball. So he's like he thinks he's not worried by he'll get worried when he realizes they got fire resistant armor. Just those 2 guys.
All right. Let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum here now. Swing over to have one of the trolls rip one of the kids in half.
Now you're talking. Whose idea was that?
What if the frozen head of the troll was taken by the lizards? The other trolls attack, melt the eyes, and the giant troll regenerates in front of them.
Oh, now that's cool.
Like his regeneration is that strong.
Yes.
He has to be on ice, or he just grows everything back.
Yes, that is awesome. That should be our giveaway winner.
Or is it dipped in? Is it acid that's good against trolls?
Acid and fire.
Acid and fire, yeah. They have to throw the head like into basically like
into Mount Doom.
Basically into Mountain Doom, but instead of lava, it's acid.
Acid cool.
A little body horror. Yeah, let's put these kids through some body horror. Why not?
Just rip my son in half and be like,
Well,
he's a paladin. If you want to shoot if you want to sort of prove your type, you got to take out the tank in one hit. That'll brush him back. Make him step back from the plate a little bit.
The troll uses his own severed arm with his new regrown arm as a club, doing +4 damage.
BattleTech style, like where you
Yeah.
you just
BattleTech. Yes.
dude. We always we'd run out of we'd load up our things with all these like big PPCs and whatever, but run out, not put enough ammo on. You'd run out of ammo and just end up clubbing the other mech to death with their arm. It was like it's the best part of BattleTech. I gotta figure out.
Preteen blood body horror sets him up for puberty.
Alright, so let's go to the
Go to the news.
To the news. It's the news. Alright, Chris, what's in the news?
Thank you, Nate. Our first order of news today is we had a restock go live at noon earlier today. I'm sure most of you are already aware. We saw a limited restock of some highly sought-after sets that we've been keeping in reserve in the warehouse, and those all went pretty fast, I'm pretty sure. But we also saw large restocks of some things you all have been asking for a long time. It seems like the docks are doing very well. I believe we sold out of all the unpainted that we just put in the store today, so that was shocking, as well as a lot of the painted.
That's pretty bonkers. So we sold all the unpainted docks?
We certainly did. Listen, I'm pretty sure we were down to 2 the last time I checked.
Here's a question for you to interject on the news. Do we do for the outdoor? I want to have an outdoor area that's water that then transitions into the cave. Do I do cave banks or do I do forest? Do we want to go from forest to mountain? I don't even know how I would do that yet, but we'll get there. Or do I just keep it all cave banks? What's the consensus? Do I even have a cave banks?
How much do you do in sales on a restock day compared to a normal day? A lot more, that's for sure. Not sure how much more. I don't know what the numbers ended up being for today, but restock days are like big events, honestly.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. Well,
I think it's a sign that the population of painters is growing.
We need to take the money we make on the restock to order more stuff to fuel the next restock.
That is fair, especially with us making the reconfigurations, which, it costs us money to make new molds, and we have to make new molds. So like with these cavern core sets and other stuff that we've been doing. So it's selling well, it's making it easier to actually do that stuff. So that's nice. Unpainted docks are sold out, but painted are still listed. Yeah, I mean, we put in like 500 docks today, painted docks. So
there's a lot of docks.
They should last for a while, but we've sold a lot of them.
That is a lot of
docks.
docks.
What's the surrounding area like? If they have to go through a stump to get to the meeting site, the lack of forest component seems a little off.
Yeah, they are in a forest. So there's that.
Yeah.
Fine. It's going to make it more complicated.
Well, I think that... okay, so I think the real question is... So the cavern banks make it look like it's like, stagnant water. So it seems kind of weird. It's just like the green, like the lichen and everything.
Oh, that's like... have you ever been by the seashore?
This is texture mats, right?
Yeah. Have you ever been to the seashore where the like that? There's all this nasty stuff by the water.
The water is just so clear and blue here.
That's true. All right, let me get some forest banks because they're right. It should be. Let me force it up. So what I think I actually have to do is I'm going to then loft everything up one floor's height, and I'll do regular banks or caverns banks cascading into forest banks cascading into the water. So I'll lift all this up one stilt height. Logic.
Everybody's saying they spent too much today.
Yeah.
If I could add more to my order, I would, but I was scared and committed to my order before it could disappear. I think some people are
scarred from.
Yeah, because we've been bad about restocks in the past, but we're trying to do better. Some of the stuff I do want to say this. Some of you were trying to get the Ice Cavern floor pack or the Dread Hollow like tree packs today because only a couple of those went up, and they sold out pretty quick. It seemed like they were both in high demand. Both the small tree pack and the large tree pack from Dread Hollow and the Ice Cavern floor pack are on the list for the next restock that should be happening in July, depending on how the shipping goes. So we'll be getting literally hundreds of those
So don't
in the next restock.
so don't despair too much.
Yeah. So there'll be a lot of those in the next one in like a month and a half or so.
Hey, did people enjoy? We have a new we had a new tag in our new filters for the restock. The newly arrived, just arrived. What is it? What is it?
I think it was just arrived.
Just arrived. Did people notice that? Was that cool? We have a big.
Joanna put a little bit of text on the store that like alerted people to the tag's existence.
Yeah.
So that was nice. People are saying they really like it. Love that tag. Super helpful.
And it let us
Awesome.
just drive people right to the filters with that already selected and like ready to go.
Zanako says that was an excellent idea. How about lava banks? Those went fast. Well, the good news is we'll also be doing a large hellscape restock because those lava banks were also only a couple of them were put in. So like when we free up reserve stock in the warehouse that we're just like holding on to for replacements, basically, we're only putting like 5 to 10 sets into the store basically, so they're not going to last very long.
And but that was
when there's something that we're doing an actual restock of, we're putting in hundreds.
And we're getting those out because we know we're doing an order. We're doing a big hellscape order, and we're gonna have a bunch of those coming in. In fact, you know what we're gonna do? Well, don't quote me on it yet because we haven't actually done it. But the intention is to do the large banks in, or run them in hellscape, run them in regular caverns, run them in ice, and run them in underdoom, which would be really cool, as well as the regular small banks pack. So the regular banks and the large banks in all 4 flavors, as well as hopefully we'll have the natural bridge in all 4 flavors: ice, underdoom, hellscape, natural, which would be really neat. That pack is just awesome.
I believe we're not. Somebody's asking about the Mega Banks pack. I believe we're not doing the Mega Banks pack, right?
No, I don't think so. We're going to do the regulars, but we might do a bundle. We have this bundling software, so we can now bundle in the web store. So we might do that. We will see. So that just show you, so quick to show for some build tips at home. So I put the small 12 millimeter stilts under all these terrain trays here. So these are all up now, 1 floor's height. And this is I can switch to the other camera. Is this yeah, so you can see. So there's basically 1 floor's height gap that I've created there, so that then I'm gonna do forest banks down at the water level, and then go sort of get rocky and come into the caverns over here. So that should be kind of fun. I'm gonna run out of space in a 2x3, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, so that's the first news item. Restock.
Yeah.
Oh, and is there anything we can do to give people more, like, in terms of sort of advance notice and planning and help? Is there anything else we can do to help make your restock experience better, besides have endless stock of all the stuff, which is not possible?
Outside of putting the stuff that you want in the store, what can we do to help?
Yeah.
Hey, Kodiak's here.
Hey, how are you doing? How are you holding up? How's recovery? I'm glad you were able to tune in.
6 says giving some of it away to him for free would be nice.
6, you're going to get a special giveaway at our 2-year anniversary if you don't win anything before then. So just hold tight.
I get it 3 hours after the fact. Need more heads up. How about a text message first? I think we sent the email about 15 minutes after it went live. Should we do an email ahead of time, like before it goes live?
Didn't we tell people on? You should follow us on social media.
I told people on the forums and Discord about it. I think we did social posts about it ahead of time. Make it so that I don't forget to order stuff and then make 3 different orders each with their own shipping.
I'll work on that. Sorry.
Oh, people are asking about the wish list, actually. If we can get a wish list feature so that they can go through and check their boxes so they don't forget anything they were looking for.
That's a good one. Throw that to Johanna.
I saw that mentioned a couple times today.
Yeah.
So we should work on getting a wish list system set up.
It may be harder than, yeah. It's a good idea. I don't know if it's feasible, but it's a good idea.
I can't imagine that software doesn't have some way to do it.
It's not a matter of whether or not the software can do it. It's a matter of can it integrate with Shopify and our, I don't know, we have a whole bunch of stuff running. Like, I mean, it's,
Yeah,
I know it's
that's fair.
possible because people have them out there, but I just don't know with the setup that we have if it's
The
possible.
time of the restock ahead of time. Yeah,
Didn't we tell people
told,
on
yeah, I put it on the forums and Discord. I'm trying to figure out like what other ways.
yeah, how should we announce it?
Maybe doing an email blast before
On that
would be
Monday or
good.
something.
Yeah, like maybe Monday before the restock. If it's going up on a Wednesday, maybe on Monday we send out an email just saying, "Hey, we're gonna do a restock on this day," and then we can
Yep.
also do our normal restock
Or this
email.
day, this time, be
Yeah,
there or be square. Yeah, that's fair.
pre-orders, please. We want to get back to the pre-order thing. We just have so much going on right now.
Well, the problem is also we don't have a great pre-order system. Like a lot of it has to be manual, which is I don't know. We have to get an app that we don't have the right thing for, so it's like it's labor intensive more so than it should be.
Mm.
Uh,
It's probably since the message was June/July for many messages, then it wasn't, and it was on a week later.
it was this. It's the only time I think a restock has ever come sooner than we thought.
And it was like a while sooner too.
Yeah,
Like
no, it was like 3 weeks early or something, which is
yeah,
I.
it was really weird.
It's very
Like especially since the pandemic started, our shipping has been so behind all the time, and
yeah.
then somehow this one like I don't know hit a warp gate or something.
Yep, the old work gate clause. Rare. Alright, we do this. Do something like that.
Just send the restock to a hand-picked list of those in the know as long as I'm on it. Email blast countdown on the front page of the website, perhaps.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yes.
Because we do something like that for the Kickstarters, don't we? So we could do that for restocks.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and that's not labor intensive. Yeah. So we'll kick all these over to Johanna and see what makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Man, I did this all backwards.
What's the other thing we were talking about? Oh, like a tag for stuff that's low on stock. How much?
Limited availability thing. She's got that.
Yeah, how many people prioritize their purchases based on whether or not there's a lot of stock left on it or not? Text messages in addition to email. I think Jay would be uncomfortable about it. Is the only thing.
Yeah. You would certainly. Here's a question.
Everybody is saying they all want a filter for limited for like low stock.
Okay. Yeah, it's on the wish list and it's doable, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah. Here's a question. Do I use the Dread Hollow the forest cave entrance as the entrance, or do I build something crazy?
People are gonna ask for something crazy.
Do I build something boring, or do I use the?
You're asking people on the internet if you should do the hard but fun thing, or the easy but boring thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna start with the easy, boring thing.
Now everybody's shouting boring at me just to prove me wrong. Yeah, I know you're all. I know you're all. I know you're all just doing this to prove me wrong at this point. You're not fooling me. Inventory quantity. Yeah. There is that, but if there's a limited, if there's a limited stock tag, it could save some of the work with the, searching the source code and all that.
All right, we're gonna do the easy one for right now, and then. Oh man, now I didn't even need to transition down a bank. Ay. I was already mentally preparing for the harder thing.
I guess we got to do the hard one.
No, we're gonna do this.
I literally didn't hear his question and said easy to prove you wrong. I knew it. Did they announce the giveaway word yet? No, we haven't even gotten through news yet. All right. Let's go. Do you have anything else you need from them, or can we move through news?
I think the next piece of news should be the giveaway.
All right, let's do the giveaway. What's the giveaway word?
Didn't we have one before that you were all riled up about?
Like chonk?
Yeah, chonk.
All right, hang on. Let me put this in. All right. The keyword for the giveaway is chonk. C-H-O-N-K. If you would like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is type chonk in chat. You are eligible for the giveaway no matter where you live in the world. If you live in the United States, you can choose between either a starter dungeon or a $50 gift card. If you're not in the United States, you can only do the $50 gift card. But that's okay. That's basically the price of the starter dungeon anyways.
Can I just type chonk for the fun of it?
What about chonk?
Can I just type chonk for the fun of it? Yeah.
You can.
I don't know. That would require actually going to Twitch and logging on and finding our stream and then going to the comments. And yeah, it's a lot of work.
Not chunk. Not chunk. Chonk.
Chonk.
C-H-O-N-K. We're going
as
with
in the state of being chonky.
Gen Z slang here. La chonk.
The chonk.
Wait, starter dungeon painted is sold out? Wait, really? Did we sell out of the starter dungeon? Is that possible?
I'm sure we've got one hidden that we can send to a lucky winner if they win it.
Just to be safe, no matter what, you're just getting a gift card today. $50 gift card to whoever wins this.
Well played, Chris. Well played.
Yeah. Website showing it sold out. That's wild. How did we sell out of the starter dungeon? I guess because we keep pushing it.
Yeah. Maybe we gave them all away.
I hope there's more coming in the next restock, because that's an important thing to have in stock. I'm gonna check this real quick. Just want to make sure we got some coming. If not, we gotta figure this out. Okay, we do. All right, good.
All right, I'm gonna leave this elevator for now, even though I don't need to, and we'll get.
Hey guys, I just bought 50 sets of the painted starter dungeon. Thank you. Thank you, Eric Wahlberg.
Woo!
I'm Gen, not Z. What does chonk mean? Chonk means chunky. Genuinely. That's it.
Large.
It's
like a big cat. That's a big chunk.
a big cat is a chonker, basically.
Or a chonky boy. I gotta quit my email.
You all need someone monitoring stock. We are. We do. We just do a lot of other things as well.
The problem is it takes like 6 months. Like it's we can't just get it overnight, and so we sometimes will sell stuff a lot faster than we anticipate. And the nightmare scenario is we sell stuff much slower than we anticipate. So you don't want to order 1,000 sets and then be sitting on them for 6 years, because then all that capital's tied up and you can't use it to buy other sets. So it's this weird balance of trying to stay ahead of it but not getting too aggressive.
Yeah, ideally what we want is to get a good amount in stock so that it's consistently selling, but we never actually fully run out. But it is better for us to run out of it than it is to put a bunch in there and then not have it sell, because then we're paying for the inventory space, and we've paid for a set that's not selling. But how long does it take order to restock normally? Months.
6 months or something.
Yeah. Like, we've been doing all the work on like figuring out what the Hellscape restock was gonna be, and like we're not gonna see it till near the end of the year. But like we've
January.
Like, yeah, like we've been, yeah. So just because they gotta do the print, they gotta get it over here.
You gotta pack it. You gotta paint it. It's a whole thing.
So our restocks involve a level of prediction, basically, trying to figure out the timing for how long we think a set is going to last, so that the restock will get there around the time it's about to run out. All that jazz.
If anybody has predictive text, you know how reliable prediction is.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, stop.
At least we don't gotta wait terribly long for more painted starter dungeons. They are on the way. Any restock for city streets? Imperial Streets is included in the next restock.
Woo!
No more restocks. There should be a good amount of it. Oh, hey, Water Cavern's coming too. That's really that's really good. People are usually looking for the Water Cavern. Stone Ruins, Townsfolk, Tudor Ruins, some Dungeon of Doom stuff. Yeah.
What's our next item on the news? We haven't.
Next item on the news.
Oh wait, should we do the giveaway first?
Oh, let's roll the giveaway. All right. 91 people have entered the giveaway. Let's go. You stocked 500 painted dogs. It's down to 305. Wow.
That's awesome.
So basically, between the painted and unpainted, we sold over 200 dogs today. That's massive. I'm really glad those sold well because I was really hyping them up.
Well, because dogs are awesome. People aren't even gonna realize how awesome until they get all this wildland stuff, and then they're gonna lose their minds.
Can we get a dog instead of a starter? They're what, like 40 something?
I have no idea how much they cost. I don't know what anything costs, but
they're like 40. I think they're like around 46 or something. All right, rolling that giveaway. Let's go. Dead Beatnik. Awesome name. All right, Dead Beatnik. I'm gonna whisper you on Twitch to get your email so we can set you up with this gift card. Just gotta find you on here, and then yeah, we'll get you the gift card so you can spend it on anything you like.
Dwarvenite.
Well, I mean, yeah, anything you would like in the Dwarven Forge official store.
Is there an unofficial store?
I mean, yeah, we've had people making knockoffs of our pieces before.
This is a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had someone bring counterfeits to us at Gen Con to show what people are up to.
Yeah. Man, the nice thing is, even when people try to rip us off, like, they can't just do Dwarvenite by themselves, you know? I think it's the nice thing. They can't really replicate our product entirely.
It's too expensive.
However, they can trick people into buying the stuff, and yeah.
Yay, internet. All right, what do we? What's next in the news, Chris?
Well, when do you want to show the fan build?
Oh, yeah, right now, in the middle of the. How did it already get to be 8-something o'clock?
Wildlands took almost an hour again. That's the way it goes. Every time we got test shots, we got to like set aside an hour for it.
I thought I was racing through them. In my mind, I was. All right. I mean, not that there's anything to race. Like, this is the whole point of the show, is to hang out and. All right, fan build of the. Oh wait, I have a command thing.
Will Wildlands take less time to show? I mean, we're just gonna show you some grass, basically. It's like here's a featureless grassy plain.
Uh oh, I just destroyed Chris.
Uh oh. I probably had it coming.
Fact.
Today's fan build is by Orion Noir. We featured him on the show before, back in January. He always does just like very, very cool, elaborate, like fancy builds. This one is one of the encounters from Tomb of Annihilation.
It's the finale. This is like the big final boss fight, and it's a crazy. It's not friendly to building in Dwarvenite, but he did it, and it's sick.
Yeah.
Look at those phantasmal filters down there.
He's so good with lighting and everything.
So the soulmonger in there that the Atropos attached to is a Skylanders thing that someone on Etsy makes, like, takes these Skylander toys and turns them into, I don't know, something, and then he added the LED thing, and it's ridiculous, right? Like
yeah.
The Tropal. You know, we did this build for the Force Grey stream back, I don't know, was that 4 years ago, 3 years ago? And Drew sculpted in a tropal, and then we painted the master. So there's a one-of-a-kind, just absolutely disgusting tropal that Drew made that is in Stefan's lair. Look at that, the green light comes through. This is the hag room with like the green gas, whatever, fog monster going, the whole thing. Like, it's just like, who doesn't want to play in this? He 3D printed a bunch of those bits, and then really clever uses of all sorts of pieces. Ooh, look at the hags. Gargoyles everywhere. It's just, I mean, bonkers. Portal in the
it's really wild.
for Acer.
He's got such a good eye for visuals too.
Yeah.
His photos are always framed really well.
Well, what a payoff! Like, you finally make it to the final thing in Tomb of Annihilation, and this is what's waiting for you. Wait, how'd this come up again?
Can you imagine actually playing on this?
Yeah, I can. I would love to.
Is he using fog monster tubes to elevate minis?
Yeah, it looked like it, right?
Oh, there's the alchemist table thing.
Yep. They're from Caverns Deep. Yeah, it would be really fun. Love
KS10 rated M for mature. You should be looking at the things that are not friendly to Dwarvenite and be noting them as areas to cover for KS10, Dungeon of Death.
Dungeon of Death. That. Oh.
God, his lighting is so good.
Look at that. The double doors at the top of the stairs there. So good. Alright, that's all for fan building. Going back to building. Alright.
No KS9 is ships. No, KS10 is ships, so X marks the spot.
Ah, see? Well, you see what you did there?
Yeah. That's how it works. KS9 is the Critical Role crossover because it's KS Mighty 9.
I see what you did there also.
I don't know how we're going to do a Kickstarter entirely based around a campaign that's going to be over by the time the Kickstarter happens. But it's happening.
I'm in.
None of this is true. Please don't believe me. Honestly, the Dread Hollow Banks transitioning into cavern stuff is working pretty well.
It's gonna be even better when I'm gonna drop this back down. If I don't do the fancy thing, I'll drop this back down. If I do, I'll figure it out. But we'll see. Yeah. So far, I mean, I guess if speed is of the most important. So what do we? What's next on the news?
Back in the list. We got our build of the month going live next Wednesday, actually, instead of Tuesday. With this being a 3-day weekend, we wanted to give ourselves an extra day just to make sure we got all our ducks in a row. And then we're actually moving the building of the build of the month streams from Tuesdays to Thursdays going forward. So the next week, the build of the month goes up on Wednesday, and then the build of the month stream will be happening on Thursday.
Woo!
At 2:00 Eastern. And then outside of that, let me check it. Is Odin Forge?
Oh, yeah, this is fun. This was just a fun reminder. Not a fun reminder. This is the dad in me. So
Odin Forged. He said he was listening on his TV earlier. Odin Forged. If you are here, if you're listening while doing your homework, stop doing your homework for a few minutes. Just a few minutes, and tune in here.
Stop doing your homework.
Stop doing your homework. That's what he said he was doing. He was trying to study.
Oh, he posted on Twitter his personal gym setup that he put together in his garage with pirate flags and everything, and said, "Hey, instead of getting some Dwarven Forge, I set up my personal gym," and it's a really good. It's just a nice reminder, like to remember self-care. Right, this pandemic has gone on for how long? I mean, we're like 15 months in, stuff, whatever. Like, it's very easy to sort of just get lost in all this and whatever. But remember, like, whatever it is, be it mental health, physical health, emotional health, all of the above, like, carve out some time. If you need to make your little home gym, do that. Don't necessarily spend all your money on terrain. Go, like, get some weights and do your thing, or go take a walk, or buy a novel and sit on the beach or whatever the heck you need to stay safe, because it's been a long run and it's still going. So it's just a nice reminder to that we are all people, not just train addicts, and make sure to take care of yourself. Self-care. PSA brought to you by Odin Forge. That was it.
Awesome. Yeah, for people who are asking, yeah, the next build of the month is going to be Caverns Core and the Advanced Caverns Core with some Hellscape flavoring.
It's The Caves Are Alive with the Sound of Hell, and it's a musical. And there's a regular version and a deluxe version, and it will be in. Oh, you're doing your self-care.
Yeah, I bought these way to the start of the pandemic, and I picked them up maybe 5 times.
So there you go.
Let's go.
This PSA is working. No, it is really it's important. Like, if you don't carve out some time for yourself, like it'll never happen. Like the time, like you'll suddenly realize it's 14 months later and you're still waiting for the zombies to attack and all this stuff is happening. And so I'm still waiting for the zombies to attack. Either way,
just because I think it'd be fun, Let's see. Then outside of that, we got a couple games going on this weekend. Next, if you're familiar with Nerd Botchery, he's usually here in the chat. Stefan's going to be playing in his game on Friday.
This Friday, in 2 days, right?
This Friday, 2 days from now, Stefan on the Nerd Botchery channel.
And I don't know what he's doing, Stefan.
Playing D&D.
No, I mean in the stream, I don't know exactly what he's doing, but it should be wild.
This pandemic is making me chonk. Did I use that right?
Well played, sir or madam.
Yeah.
Well, Stefan, there's a whole bunch of giveaways too, besides whatever, yes. And crazy camera angles and whole setup. Like, his setup is pretty wild. So it should be interesting to see what happens.
And then you're playing with them on the 5th of June, which I believe is next Saturday.
Yes. And that so I've been playing a bunch of these stream games recently, which is fun. It's so fun to be a player, not a DM. Like, you don't have to do, a couple hours of homework and you go. Like, figure out a couple of fun character points, figure a thing, go through your spells, bum, 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 bum. I had so much fun playing in Satine's game. Was it this last weekend? Like, with Keith Baker, nonetheless, playing a Warforged. Like, he was like, it's just so, like, really, really fun group, and everybody is just like, bop, 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 on it. Fun social challenge. We got to choose. You could choose easy, medium, or hard, combat, social, or puzzle. But some of the things had already been taken, so we chose hard social because no one had taken hard yet, and crushed it.
Everybody's choosing hard social after the pandemic.
Hey.
Yep.
So, but anyway, so for Nerd Botchery, this could go terribly awry. But he asked me to play the villain. If any of the players are watching for that stream, you have to tune off. Actually, maybe they know what's coming.
It's a little late at this point.
Spoiler alert.
You've already said it.
So I'm playing the big bad guy, the evil wizard, and he's like, I was like, well, what, how do you want me to entertain them? Like, what's the plan? He's like, I want you to give him hell. He's like, go, just this guy is a criminal mastermind. He's a thing, like, just give him your all. I was like, are you sure you want me to do this? I'm a 7th level wizard against a party of 4th level players, and I have traps in the room and some minions set up. I'm like, people are gonna die. I mean, I'm gonna AoE them a couple of times, take down one guy, and then as soon as they're down, I'm just gonna magic missile them to knock off all their death saves and just kill them one at a time. Like, I'm like, are you sure you want this to go down like this? So we'll see how it goes. I may have to throttle back a little bit because I built him. And he gave me access to their character sheets too. So I was like, are you sure you really want me to, like, do this? This is
I really hope it was okay for you to say all that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Well, it'll be a fun. It'll be a fun challenge. I'm gonna try not to kill them. I mean, I will, but it will capture them for research purposes.
Yeah.
And whatever. But, like, you can really, like, a wizard that's higher level than a bunch of players, and they only have 2 healers, one of which is the paladin, who's the biggest threat. So if I can take out if I force the druid basically to wild shape out and not be able to do healing, and then the paladin is the only other healer, and then take them out of the front line, I think it's like fundamentally, I think it can get pretty ugly pretty quickly. And I've got these minions, and there's traps. It could be wild. So I don't know. My despite the orders of like give them hell, and my instincts of what's going to be fun for the players are telling me to maybe throttle back and just not murder everybody.
Power word kill. Power word kill. You're not high enough level for that, but no. Still. Outside of the Nerdbotchery games, I'm actually going to be playing in a game with Band of Badgers on Saturday. Nate played with them 2 Saturdays ago in their Descent into Avernus campaign. I'm going to be playing in that same campaign. Haven't entirely worked out what my character is going to be yet, but I'm planning to finish building it tonight, and then we're going to figure out how I'm integrating and all that.
And those guys
are fun. I played Pathfinder with them before, and I'm really excited to play with a system that I understand better. Yeah, and hopefully not have the weapon break this time.
They're really fun. They're a really good group of folks.
Yeah. They're a lot of fun to hang out with. Let's see. Yes, Cat. No, not right now. Lost Odyssey's Treehouse fundraising campaign is going on this week as well. We talked about it last week, but I think it's still going. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's still going.
I love
those
guys.
All this week. Yeah, trying to remember what they're raising money for.
Building treehouses.
Oh, it's for foster care month. Yeah, so they're raising money to. It's to help address academic and essential support needs of kids in foster care.
It's really good cause.
Go over to Lost Odyssey Live on Twitter to get all the information about that, or lostodysseyevents.com. They got all the information there if you want to help support them. I just want to get through the rest of this news so fast so we can just not have to worry about it. We've got a fun video.
Wait, what are you playing on the Band of Badgers show? What's your character?
I think my current idea is I believe I want to do like what was I saying? I was wanting to do like a Dragonborn Artificer, I think is what I was like looking at. I want to do something really unconventional. And just like play against type. But I don't know. I'm still poking around with it. I had a couple ideas. I thought that might be fun to play a gnome. I was seeing if you'd let me get away with playing with playing a homebrew race that I like to play a lot, but we're not doing homebrew for the campaign. So
fair. This is in Avernus still, right?
This is Ascent into Avernus, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still fiddling around with it. I've got a couple ideas, and I want to see which one works best because I got to set it up on Roll20 and all that. I'm excited for it though. I'm excited to go into a one-shot with a bunch of abilities that I know I can just blow all in one session because I don't got to worry about what happens in the next session.
It's the best.
So let's go. Let's see. We have a collaboration video, a video that we collaborated on, coming out sometime in the next couple weeks that we're excited about.
Which one?
You know more about it? I wasn't involved in the discussion entirely.
Oh, this is awesome. With Matt, with extra credits. So they are cool, a YouTube channel that does really interesting videos about game theory and game design. A
lot of stuff, really. They do history. They do
things that are interesting. Mostly, basically, things that they find interesting. I want to kind of poke around. And Matt, who's the showrunner for it, is a big DF fan. He's one of the reasons we sold all those docs today.
Did he ask you for docs when he was visiting?
No, he said we were emailing today about the episode, and he's like, "Oh no, it's restock." He's like, "I just gotta, pump the brakes and not do anything." And I from later, I'm like, "How'd that go?" He goes, "Didn't go so well. I caved." Yeah, he's been building DF stuff like a champ. So we have it's gonna be a really fun episode that features DF pretty heavily. Will be coming out in a couple of weeks. And it's neat animation and some fun theory. Yeah, I'm excited.
We've got a couple questions that I'm gonna. We've only got 2 things left on the news list, so I just want to get through that, and then we'll address those questions, guys. But I am making mental notes of them, so we will address them soon. One thing we wanted to address: the Sci-Fi Symposium that we initially had told you we were doing next week has actually been pushed back a week, just because we've got a lot going on next week with Build of the Month releasing and just a bunch of other stuff going on. We needed just a little more time to make some room for it.
I think it's actually going to push again from its next slot because something else is coming on. But it's going to happen, and we'll do a sci-fi episode and tell you about it. There's a few balls in the air right now that are hotter fires. Can balls in the air be a hot fire?
They can be flaming balls, yeah.
Yeah.
Great Balls of Fire. There's a whole song about it.
Fair.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, Nate.
What was I thinking?
Let's see. Also related to that, as I'm sure most of you know, we said this was going to be happening on the last On the Anvil, and then it went live right afterwards. Phase 2 of the website redesign went live last week, and we're currently working on Phase 3. Phase 2, so whereas Phase 1 focused mostly on the store and introducing the filter system, and we've continued to kind of work on that over time. Phase 2 is really more about redesigning the rest of the site itself. We added a couple new categories. There's a new to Dwarven Forge section on there that we're hoping will be a really useful resource for people that are just hearing about us, because that's one of the biggest hurdles we face is we can seem kind of obtuse to people who aren't used to our stuff yet when they first find us. So accessibility is something we're very, very concerned with.
Well, like the concave last week is a perfect example where we were showing off all the things just that one piece did, and a bunch of people watching said, "Wow, I backed Wildlands. I had no idea that concave did all these things." It's that times 250 pieces in Wildlands that are not fully explained, times 7 lines. What do we have? 7 different piece lines at this point that all have, there's all these pieces that have all these details, all these things that are not totally explained. So we're chipping away at that, trying to get more of that information out there for people.
Yeah. We also added some new photo galleries. One of them being fan builds. We're trying to highlight all the stuff that you guys make as we're looking around and seeing builds that you post on the forums or Discords or social media. If we see one that looks particularly interesting, also varied builds. We're trying not to put a lot of the same sets in a row. Really, we're trying to kind of get a nice collection of different builds that utilize different sets and have kind of different approaches. Just so we've got there's really nothing more compelling to newer people than seeing what we've done with the stuff, right? So we've got a fan build gallery that we're updating weekly on there. We're trying to get
I love the fan build gallery. Is so fun. It's awesome.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things, and Joanna's constantly tweaking it nonstop. I'm sure a lot of you have seen as you've been using the filter system. The filter system is already vastly improved from when it first went up, because she's constantly making little adjustments to it and adding new features. Phase 3.
But please submit your builds for the fan builds. We want any and all. We want
the way it is we basically just tag us on social media with your builds and stuff, and we'll take a look. We'll take a look at it and everything. The fan build section is pretty new. It's under the galleries tab. Best place to send pics of builds. Yeah, just post them on social and tag Dwarven Forge in them.
Or
We
they
try
could
to make sure that we see every build that gets put out there.
they could also
So sometimes,
they could
sometimes we'll
email
find
them.
it even if you didn't mean us to.
You could email them to OTA, or put it on social and then also email it to OTA if you want.
Yeah.
OTA at
One thing I
dwarvenforge.com.
want to stress though is there are a lot of builds out there, so
There are a lot.
we can't guarantee that we're gonna put every build up. And a lot of it is just that we want to get a healthy rotation of not having builds that look too similar go up around the same time, not wanting to have like multiple builds from the same person like back to back, stuff like that. Um, so yeah, this is Discord work for fan builds. Yeah, we I'll see pretty much any build that gets put on Discord or the forums. Uh, we've got Mace monitoring social, although I'm usually also searching Twitter all the time to see if people are saying mean things about us. So I usually see builds then.
Are,
Um,
Chris, are people saying mean things about us?
Not often.
Okay, good.
Not often. Um, Couple builds to show you guys. Yeah, so I'll probably be reaching out to some people over time as we work through that, because we're trying to get like pretty far ahead on it, so that we don't want to be figuring out what's going up on the site that week, like the week of. We just want to get like at least a month ahead.
I need to break this for a second. I have a question. So,
So,
wait, wrong.
it's okay. That was the last bit of news.
Well, wait, I had a couple of website questions for you. So,
Oh.
working out this build here do we? So, if this is the entrance, the lizard folk are coming in here. Trolls will be somewhere here. Sort, this is where like the scene is going to be. Where's more interesting for? Where do the players? Do they want to come in? Do they want to come in straight? Like I want to do a cliff thing. The easiest thing is someone said do some elevation would be cool. The easiest thing would be to do this whole side could be an elevated area that they come in and are looking down on this. Or I could do it over here. Although, whoops. And have like a descending thing over here. Or I could have them in the back coming in this way or whatever. Where do we like? What's the fun? I guess you cinematically you kind of want to be, although we're gonna be around a table, so everybody's something. But like, they kind of want to be over here with the two sides clashing over there, right? So then they can kind of jump in easily on either side. Or if the trolls have their backs to them, then they're more likely to maybe attack the trolls.
Huh, peeking through brambles. You just have like
Ooh.
vegetation and mushrooms or something.
Mushrooms.
Oh, do you have any mushroom packs?
I have a couple.
The mushroom packs also restocked today. The mushroom packs are a really good deal, guys. I actually was like looking at it and thinking about getting some myself.
Got mushrooms.
Yeah, God, I love our mushrooms.
You can have a little whole mushroom forest. Why don't I have? Oh, I'll have a cliff over here with like a mushroom forest on it. Why don't I do that?
What if they're having the meeting under the light of the Moam?
Yep, totally doable.
Like it's a dark cave and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely into that. And I have a couple Moams floating around somewhere.
For people who run around for Caverns Deep, Moam stands for Mother of All Mushrooms. It's this gorgeous, just huge mushroom that like glows. It's great.
He's big.
Look at that. I love this sculpt. Is it in stock? Probably not.
No, we've never recycled. Oh, it also has a UV setting, which is not really UV, but it was supposed to be.
What are the odds it'd be feasible to restock it?
Is
it hard? Is it a hard restock?
It's a tricky piece. We'd have to reconfigure the set it was in and stuff, but yeah.
Okay.
It's a cool.
It's a really cool sculpt.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do a cliff of mushroom, like a little mushroom forest thing, over here, and then maybe it's scary if the troll, the big crazy dire troll, comes in. Oh wait, he's giving me a head, isn't he? Hmm.
What if he uses the Moam as a club? He's large enough to just be able to just grab
Uproot it and
Moam.
just start like going to town with this thing.
Or he eats it and it like superpowers him or something.
That's you would not want to eat this thing. I guess I'm not a troll though. Also,
He's like
yeah.
immune to
Immune mushroom effect.
That is a really big troll sculpt, actually. I didn't realize how big it was until you.
It's absolutely enormous. Where's the
Yeah.
rip of this thing? It's oh no, now I lost the maze. Yeah, look how this is it's as big as a Moam.
Ugh. Ugh. Thing's gross.
Oh yeah,
Oh
no,
my
it's
God.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he already looks like that. That's like almost Kingdom Death levels.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's
And with if you pick this thing up, it's just like. I don't even know.
he just palmed the Moam.
Yeah.
Like
What I'm realizing though is I'm gonna need to leave a lot of semi-flat areas for him. Like, so I'm gonna have a pretty big open.
that's true. If the ground's too uneven,
He's
his base is gonna be a
massive.
problem.
All right, so let me tear this out and do a little elevated area.
I like that two people immediately corrected me, saying that there's not enough genitals and not enough hands to be Kingdom Death.
Are there a lot of genitals in the?
Oh, there's a lot. Yes, there's there's a lot.
Huh. Yeah, my genital counter has been it hasn't been active. I haven't been I've been keeping track of all the monster genitals the way I used to. Used to follow the market closely. It's
Oh, it just sounds like a weird sex ed video.
all right. So what was? Oh, so the website. So my question. So we have phase 3 is our landing page, and I can't remember what else was in phase 3. Then we have a bunch of stuff slated for phase 4. My question is, what do people want to see? Besides, explore pages is the big one. I don't know how long that's going to take. We have a page dedicated to each biome. So a page about dungeons, a page about caverns, a page about cities, and has sub pages of like, here's how sewers work, here's how city buildings work, here's how streets work, here's how whatever. Besides that, what else do people would like to see on our website? So we can get that in phase like 6.
Maybe you can figure out why the Dwarven Forge to shop.dwarvenforge redirect is slow. I think that's going away.
Yeah, everything's just gonna land on dwarvenforge.com.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I don't think that's phase 3, but it's part of it.
It's
Mushroom Cityscape. What happened with that dungeon building tool? Is that totally gone for now?
Oh, the map maker is yes. The problem is there's a lot of problems. It's A, we don't have the bandwidth to keep it going, but B, it was great for simple 2x2 pieces, but as soon as you have anything that has any three-dimensionality to it, it kind of falls apart a little bit. At least for us, like it's not really designed to do anything other than dungeons. Anything that's as soon as you're breaking the grid, I don't know. It's tricky, and we don't have anybody with that skill set on our team. But there may be something at some point in the semi-near future that's even better that we can do. If that
More PDFs for how-tos, even if basic.
Like what? Define. Like what kind of like?
Yeah, what kind of stuff would be helpful to know? Oh, you know what might be nice? You know how Commerce Demon made that like how to magnetize your sewers uh guide?
Yes.
Maybe stuff like that would be helpful.
Commerce Demon, are you busy?
He's been needling me all day, so I don't think he's got too much going on. He says, "What up?"
What's your rate? We need
we need magnetizing guides for the site.
we need guides for editing PDFs. So what kind of PDFs do people want?
Yeah. What kind of PDFs do you need? Step-by-step painting for each piece or group of pieces is the best thing. Each piece is way too much for sure. It'd be nice if there were more resources out there for some of the specialty pieces. Stuff like painting the mushrooms. Because, you know, they're not covered in the standard caverns tutorials.
No. So specialty painting.
They're saying mostly paint guides. Mini videos of all the pieces in each set. No, that would take ages. That's the main thing. When people are saying, like, really nice photos of every set, it's like, there's just so many sets at this point. It's one of those things where, like, if we'd been doing it from the beginning, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it's because going back to how much we have now is rough. 360-degree photos of pieces.
That's doable. I have a neat 360.
Sets to sets, like Caverns Deep pieces with caverns that work well. We have a video that's Caverns Deep and regular Caverns compatibility, right?
Yeah, I mean that one's a pretty theoretically a pretty straightforward. Like, it's all the same footprints, it's all the same everything.
Commerce Demon says if you send me pieces that are unmagnetized, I will magnetize them and set up tutorial guides.
So what other guides do people want? I missed all the.
A PDF of taking two sets and placing them together into different layouts.
Oh, that's a fun, right? Like, hey, here's a Caverns core, here's a advanced Caverns core. Put them together. You can turn this into this kind of thing.
Kind of like a PDF, just of, like, the basics of building. You can do that for the landing pages for each one. Is like, here's generally speaking how you build with these sets, and you can start with like the cavern set and advanced core, and just show the basics of that, and then the rest of it should make sense to just kind of plug in after that, right?
Conceptually.
UV painting for caverns.
Flat floors. So basically, various build tips and paint tips. This is essentially the just more how-tos and PDFs are more desirable than videos because you can print it out and put it down at your table and do it at your own speed and stuff.
The new sewer pick is great because it shows a sample build. Sample builds are super important.
Yes, agree.
Add SKU numbers / piece list for the sets that don't have them. That's massive request. There's people asking for those piece lists.
That is sort of in the works. We have this piece database project, which is, I think, getting close. And then when that exists, then they're going to automatically get pulled from the database and put, like, those lists will get generated. The challenge with those lists for us has been that because they were sort of manually created, they were fraught with error. Which is particularly when it's telling you exactly the things you're getting. You do not want error there. But yeah, that's a really good one.
Also, the footprints of the pieces, as we discussed.
Kind of like the people like the field guide from what was that last thing we did? Wildlands.
Wildlands, yeah. Yeah, people were really happy when we dropped that. Clearly identifying how you build with each set is a good idea, especially as you have some pieces with walls as part of them, and then the passage walls, which slide underneath, etc. Let's see. Just add a collection database and melt our minds.
What do you mean collection database? like
I think
of
they're
your
basically
own collection.
listing every set and every set's like piece composition, I believe.
Yes, that's in the works.
I think what it is like we're close to the internal version of that database
Yeah.
being done, and then it's just like the matter of converting it to a non-internal version. Nate's storage bin, a show of how to store and organize your pieces. Oh, storage would actually be huge.
Storage is not nuts. I don't know
Well, I mean,
if
it is.
I'm
You
the.
buy a lot of our stuff.
I don't know if I'm the model for how to store the pieces per se, but I have.
We got a lot of people in the community who've done some really clever stuff.
Yeah. Here's the case in point. You ready? Take your Dramamine. We're going. Gonna look at the state of. Wait. This is the state right now of my storage.
Yeah, gonna answer this question really quick. From Digital Dungeoneer, one of the newer dudes.
Boxes of stuff everywhere right now.
He's asking how the LEDs. Oh wow.
Yeah, no, this is.
Wow. I actually didn't have an appreciation for the magnitude of this situation until.
This is how so this floor was completely clear before I started the episode, and before I started prepping it, I just pulled out every stack. Cause I've got shelves. I don't know if you can see them. There's shelves over here. I pull them out of the things. I pull the shelves out of here, and I just this is all shelves of dwarvenite, and more shelves of dwarvenite, and then shelves of resin and shelves of dwarvenite. Yeah, it just goes on forever.
Digital Dungeoneer. Some people have answered the question already. He was asking how the LED torches and stuff go into the walls. Basically, LED walls will have two tiny holes in them that the prongs on LED pieces go straight into.
It's a socket.
And all you gotta do is plug it in to that socket and then hit the switch on the wall, and it'll light it up. That's the same for any LED piece, basically.
No, any wall-mounted removable socket piece. We've got we have pieces that are baked in LEDs, like the Moam has a baked-in LED. Then we have socket pieces like this wall. We actually have one. I have a better one. This has.
Right, but like the LED boulder from Wildlands, for example, uses the same method as the LED walls in Dungeon of Doom.
This one has removable. There's a little socket there, and you just plug this into the socket. It's the same with this. You can plug this into the boulder from Wildlands. So all of our wall sockets are interchangeable, and then we have floor sockets, which are JST connector, which are also interchangeable. So and then we have so there's three types. There's either full set, or socketed, or floor socketed JST.
Oh,
what's so
funny? We should make a PDF on using hot water to fix warping.
Agree. Where did I put that other cliff? But write these down so we don't forget. But yeah, so fix.
I've got a running list of all the stuff to tell people.
How to build, how to fix.
Already.
Yeah.
Why does Nate have a life-size skeleton? Because he's a life-size dude. He needs to support his entire body.
I have a lot of things down here that are that's for ostensibly for Halloween or LARPing or just scaring the kids or whatever. I will. You know what I'll do? I will do a little tour of a storage tour. I'm before Wildlands shows up. When I can get, I'm almost over the hump of getting everything out and sorted. But I will. I'll do some of the best practices. I don't adhere to all of them, but I have some. I can show some tips and some things you could do to better store your stuff. For sure, that's a good.
We need a vid on showing kids what pieces belong to what set, so placing items back into my storage so I can find them again.
I agree.
Let's see. All right, there were a couple other questions from a bit back. Somebody was asking what the 4x4 cavern floor piece was. If you want to clarify what that was, it's been a while since you asked. But I do want to make sure that we get that answer for you. Somebody is also asking if we're doing any conventions later this year. Do you want to say anything about that?
We're going to be at Gen Con with a smallish presence. Small for us. I think there's 7 of us going out, plus Stefan and Anne, plus Thad and someone else from Vorpal. So Vorpal board will be in our booth.
Floor?
That's the spouted floor.
Okay.
Yeah, 4x4 spouted floor. And here's a 6
Um,
by. It's the 6 by cavern floor.
Another thing is what pieces to store with what other pieces to minimize digging.
Yeah, that's a
We
you
could
know
do
that's
like a here's how to store like the bread and butter pieces of each of these biomes.
I have a build logic of stuff that I store, how I store stuff. There's some really good. There's some people, folks on Discord and forums. I mean, I don't actually know if they have done it on Discord, but conceptually they must have. That have posted up their
We have an
storage.
entire
Yeah,
channel dedicated to storage
yeah.
on Discord.
It's a thing. Yeah, big
Any
capital
unique
T.
purchasing opportunities at Gen Con?
Um, no, we're not going to be selling at Gen Con. Part of our minimal footprint, because the sales point of sale is a real pain for us. Um,
Transporting stuff over there to sell
and then dealing with it, and then you have to have the iPads and run the people's stuff and do a thing, and it's a whole rigmarole. And it's and we don't actually sell that much because you know most people don't roll into a convention and then buy 200 pounds of dwarvenite and roll out of there. Like that's where
Could you imagine just carrying a Cavern's Core set around the floor all day?
and that's just one, right? And then much less. Well, you
Yeah.
really want to buy two, and then you're carrying all this thing, and like it just doesn't make sense. But we're gonna be, I don't know. We're looking at maybe doing a free shipping. If you come to the booth, we're gonna have some sets available. Like we'll have 7 sets, probably the new little watchtower and city sets, as well as some core sets. And then if you're at the booth, we can give you like a code for free shipping. So you buy those 7 sets, any of them, and they get free shipping to your house or wherever,
So
to your
from the
office. So
EU, if you're from Europe, come to Gen Con and get free shipping.
Domestic. Come on. uh,
I have to buy all the new cores, right? Because I guess a lot of the reconfigurations will be out by then, huh?
yeah.
Oh, somebody asked about that earlier. Yeah, the reconfigured sets have not gone up yet. We've got the order in for them, but they're not going to be here for a couple months.
August, I think.
Yeah.
Conceptually.
Let's see. Any other questions? Anything I forgot? Would it be possible to save your gift card balance to your account rather than input the code at checkout? Like basically put credit on the account?
How is that
I don't
different
know.
than using it at checkout? Maybe?
Maybe. Write down piece footprints. I should have that in there.
Yeah, field guides for all the biomes would be amazing.
Yeah, it's just a lot of work, but if we can get it together.
Yep. Well, that's
we've got to start with like the grimoire from Hellscape and.
Yeah, but we do not have. We've got a fraction. We've got 10% of our pieces in something.
The problem with most of this stuff is we did so many Kickstarters without really paying attention to the stuff on the store that going back and doing it all is like.
Well, it's what we were talking about last time. We've been a slash and burn company. We keep blazing forward to the next Kickstarter and not tending to all these empires we've conquered, and now we're having to tend to them.
Yes, Seagulash, the Light Forest pack is in the next restock. The Light Forest pack, the Large Tree pack, the Small Tree pack, Mimic pack, Tiny Treasures Trove, and Cavern's Core Mega. That's all of the Cavern's Deep stuff that is coming. And Cavern's Core Ice, actually.
So excited for the Mimic.
Yeah, Mimic pack, let's go. You can do a bunch of PDFs, then sell them as a physical bound book. It's like a Dwarvenite how-to bound book.
Would people buy that? Because once you've read it, don't you know how to do everything, and do you need it anymore? Like,
every now and then people say they want like a coffee table book of somebody saying they wanted like the Vectoring Hellscape. I remember somebody saying that they wanted the Peace Grimoire as like a coffee table book,
That's fun.
which is interesting.
It would be interesting. We're not going to do it anytime soon. I can tell you for a very, very verified fact. But that would be really fun. That's the kind of, yeah, I would love to do a project like that.
I think every item in the store should link to a database of different pictures of builds utilizing that item. That'd be amazing. That's a ton of work. That's a lot. There's a lot of sets.
That would be amazing. And there's no way we're doing that in the immediate future.
Cavern Adventure packs. I don't see any adventure packs on here.
No, the adventure packs will probably never be restocked because they're too much variety.
The mold situation didn't work out great for him.
Yeah, they you know though. I designed them to give like radical variety, but it's too like it's not sustainable for restocking. Like they were, the problem with the Caverns Deep was basically unrestockable in the store because I tried to make it have as much interesting variety as possible, and which means there's just so many, it's like one or two of 40 different pieces in a set, which is just impossible for us to do a cast run for. Yeah.
Should be Dwarven approved authors to pen fiction novels set in the Valorian world.
Fanfic.
They were kind of doing that with
some written content.
Yeah. I'd be okay with y'all foregoing new terrain sets for a year or so in order to fortify the existing stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if that's so feasible for us, but yeah.
Yeah. The problem is that we got to keep making enough money to pay everybody and keep the company going.
Yeah. Well, we have to we don't have a big enough bankroll to be able to just make have all of our sets in stock at all. Like if we had every possible set that we've ever made in stock in the web store, well, that might be able to sustain us, but we don't. So we have to keep making new stuff, we have to keep getting money to come in to buy more sets to buy the thing to move more sets and whatever. So we can't I don't know. I don't think we could take a year off.
Can you do a mega pack of all the adventure packs? Then it'd just be one pack to stock. That would actually make it harder. So the main issue is the way that the molds are configured. Like every piece isn't in its own mold. So there are pieces where if we print one of them, that means that we're also printing 3 other things. And so when they're putting things together to make stuff for a Kickstarter, they might not necessarily have pieces that are in the same packs grouped together. And so when you've got a lot of various pieces in a pack, the odds that the pieces in that pack are grouped with pieces that aren't in that pack in other molds is increased when they're doing it for Kickstarter fulfillment. And it gets then very messy because then if you're trying to just restock that one pack, then you're making a bunch of these other pieces that have nowhere to go, and it's a mess.
Everything is essentially designed to make the fulfillment of that specific Kickstarter go smoothly, quickly, and easily. Not necessarily designed to be something that's great for future web store endeavors.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, cool.
What is it? What is it?
Jay posted we got a preliminary list for the next restock stuff that we need to proof it first before we release it to anybody. But I'm gonna look over that after the stream.
Cool.
Which
really is the July?
Because they represent an affordable way to get a bunch of interesting set pieces at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. The adventure packs are really cool. That's why people are always asking for them.
I mean, that was the whole point of making them and the whole thing. But it's the reality of after the Kickstarter. It's just they're not restockable for us. But that being said, we're at some point we're gonna go back in and and sort of chip away at trying to reconfigure some of that stuff and see if there's something we can because we want to. There's some really cool pieces that are buried in some of those packs. So we'd love to make them as available as possible to people.
That like runic column or whatever it is
Yeah, I
from
think it's
the
awesome.
Ice Catacombs is incredible. I want that. I want that so badly.
In every color.
But the thing is, like, we got to focus on the basic stuff first, which is why you're seeing these core set reconfigurations. We got to get that stuff working first, and then once we have all that stuff working, then we can start going to the more specialty pieces and trying to get those fixed.
Chuck is working on the Dungeon of Doom right now, of like figuring out, hey, can we do the whole, is there a way to kind of get all the adventure packs? Like, what would it take to get all the stuff you need to make the Dungeon of Doom with the minimum number of packs? Like, what would it take if you had a core and two core megas and a advanced builder plus 2 new sort of MacGuffin packs or whatever? Like, what would it take to be able to build that up? So we're working on it. We just have a big catalog of a lot of things that we're chipping away at as many of them as we can at a time. But it all takes a really long time too. Like those, I mean, the Caverns core sets we did right before the pandemic. And then just it takes a long time to get all this stuff through. None of it's quick.
Especially when you consider like the Hellscape stuff. We're doing the Caverns core in Hellscape, which means some pieces that have never been in Hellscape before are going to be in Hellscape now. So we have to do like new castings, like what we're going through with Wildlands right now, to a lesser extent because the molds are already made. Basically, we're kind of having to go through that test shot process with like these new Hellscape pieces and all that. So you factor that in. And then it's the process of actually doing a print run and all that and shipping it over here. Well, it takes a while, but
and while we're trying to fulfill our previous Kickstarter and get our next one off the ground, and and we're still a very small company. Our ambitions are much larger than our personnel footprint.
Mm-hmm.
As Eric says all the time, we've either got to project down or staff up. We've got like there's just there's 1,000 things that we're trying to do, and there's only so many of us. So it's like, well, something's got to give. Either you need more people or do less things at a time.
You also need to work on transition pieces to get from one theme to another to aid in people, being able to make their existing collections work with new themes that they get into.
Very, very much agree. Who said that?
Jade Kind Gaming, Adam.
Yeah, Adam is right. The resin sets, we were much better at doing transition pieces, and we haven't been as strong with transition pieces. Hang on, where are my trifectas? Once I took all the drawers out, it's hard to find anything. We have not. Oh, here there. We haven't been as strong on doing transitions. Although we had some decent. I think I think Wildlands we did pretty well with transitions. Like there was ways to get from forest to mountain and back, mountain to swamp and back. We had neat little, you could get to your burrows or your caverns. You can get to Hellscape through the Oblivion Nexus. So you can get to use any of the teardrops to go down into burrows or caverns or even a dungeon. You can use with the Hidden Burrows lump to also go down. We have the we have some transitions there, whatever, but no, not as many, not like those good hard like dungeon to cavern transitions like we had in resin. Like there were some really nice dedicated.
The cavern is really cool looking.
Yeah, it's just a fun. You want the feeling that your whole world is interconnected, right? You're not just buying a couple of pieces, you're buying a world, right? You're buying pieces of a toolbox to build an interconnected world. So we want to support that best we can. So I totally agree. Yeah, we're not quite there yet, but
So what are the new pieces coming in Hellscape theme? The core packs, natural bridge, stairway to violence. What about cliff packs? Not doing cliffs yet.
I mean, that's already a lot for like just
Yeah,
just the core and the advanced. So the doing
because
the
that whole floor is a new piece. Uh, what else is new?
all the KS2 pieces are new to
Yeah,
Hellscape. Like there's a whole bunch. There's I don't know, eight new pieces to Hellscape or 9 new pieces. I don't know. It's a lot. That plus the advanced, like I said, the con. This is new to Hellscape. All the it's a bunch. Between the natural bridge, uh, and the Caverns Core and the Caverns Core Advanced, it's already, I don't know, 12 new pieces or something, or 10 new pieces or 12. I don't know. It's a lot. It's definitely maybe never enough for everybody, but it is. It's a bunch.
it's not going to be a mega core. So far, we're just doing the regular core, and the advanced core in the with the newer paint schemes. We haven't done a mega core with them yet.
We've only done Mega Core in Caverns, but we'll get
Yeah.
there. We're doing one thing at a time, and hopefully, if these are popular, we can mega out and go from there.
Wish you had Hellscape Elevation. That's
Yeah,
partially why we're doing the bridge. Is it's gonna help with
it
that.
was the
At some
easiest
point, we'll
way.
probably do Elevation.
Well, I want to do Hellscape 2, the Hellfire
Yeah.
Boogaloo. Yeah. We can. Well, I guess you can.
Electric.
Electric. We Yeah, we got to go back into Hellscape at some point and do all the cool stuff particularly Elevation. We didn't do a lot of Z-axis, so that'll be something to look forward to someday.
That'd be interesting. I wonder what that would look like. Theoretically, we could do
We have
more lava stuff, but we could also do ice and be like, yeah, these are the frozen
fire
areas
and
of Hell.
ice going into space, like going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, coming soon. The the Eldritch Foundry guys
KS
did
9.99.
ha. The Eldritch Foundry guys did a new Mohawk for their 3D minis that may or may not be inspired by somebody that we know, and they said, "Don't worry, it's coming soon." TM. I was like, "Oh my god, they just trolled they trolled me back on soon." You guys are.
Bringing back Den of Evil and Dwarvenite would mesh well with Hellscape.
Yeah, that is true. Den of Evil was awesome.
Hellscape Jammer. We need to go back to Hellscape just so that we can make like those Mad Max machines.
That's true. Ham jammers.
Yeah.
Ham. Yeah. Although Infernal, how often have people used Infernal War Machine motorbikes in their campaign?
I feel like it's one of the reasons to do Avernus, right?
I know, but then after, okay, so you run Inverness, it's great. You do some Mad Max stuff. Then what?
Then you just keep doing Mad Max stuff and you don't do the rest of the campaign because that's what everybody's enjoying.
You just
It's the mini game in the RPG that's more exciting than the RPG.
so it becomes you just
It's-
turn your game
it's
into
the
car.
Blitzball of Avernus.
It goes Car Wars. It's you just
Car
spend
Wars.
your time like just running around. There's a whole battle arena, and you just spend all your time in the Avernus battle arena, auto dueling in Infernal War Machines. All right.
It's the Blitz. Yeah, it's the Blitzball of Descent into Avernus. Or Triple Triad or whatever RPG reference you're not going to get because you haven't played video games in a very long time. Why haven't the resin pieces been recast in Dwarvenite?
It's really expensive.
Yeah, we'd have to make all the molds, and we'd have to sell enough to justify making all the molds. I wonder if some of the pieces would have trouble working in Dwarvenite. That we'd
Maybe.
have to like resculpt.
Maybe. Well, are we? Man, what am I gonna do here?
I find reasons to use any cool mini terrain. Yeah, see, so there's several different kinds of players, right? There's the kind like there's campaigns where you don't focus on any of that stuff, and there's campaigns where like all you want to do is like ridiculous scenarios and stuff like that.
Right, just use all the fun toys.
Yeah. Make your Avernus game a planescape game and ride your infernal tank across the outer planes as befits adventurers of your power and stature. Dude.
Who wrote that? It's genius.
Digital Dungeoneer.
Yeah. I hard agree.
Can you imagine like
Yes.
just like tearing through the astral sea
Yes.
on infernal like war machine?
Uh,
You're fighting like Gith astral ships, but like
with your demon grinder.
yeah,
You've turned into like no, that would be cool.
you harpoon onto the back of it and start just sketching.
You just roll. You you just roll into Sigil. There's like as a motorcycle gang and just park your things and like. Yeah, no, there's something there. We were going this way.
Well, man, this build's actually come together very quickly. Although it's getting a little late.
What time is it?
9:22.
Oh, how did that happen?
When you're building today really did fly by. We got done with news at like 8:50.
Fair.
You know,
Yeah.
this kind of turned into like a website feedback session, among other things. You know, we asked about restock feedback and all that jazz. We covered a lot today.
Don't we always? I don't know.
I'd take more Hellscape before I'd want more dungeons or caverns.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. Hellscape is like themed caverns, basically.
Yes.
Where would you get soul coins in the Astral Sea? By pirating the gift ships.
Nyogi trade in soul coins. I hear. It's the word on the street.
I would like to see a Hellish Wildlands expansion, something like Thor on Mars.
Whoa.
It'd be a good sci-fi thing.
Thor on Mars.
I imagine it would look like stuff from like Death Valley, you know?
Or
You ever
Monument
see
Valley.
like, those like wild like rock formations in
Monument Valley.
yeah
In Utah.
Monument Valley looked really cool too.
Zion, the crazy canyons. Yeah, there's some crazy. There are some like rock formations that don't look real, right? You see them and you're like, nah, like.
It looks like a bad Star Trek set, but
yes,
like
but it's real.
yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe it if someone like made it to be like, look at these crazy, but you would believe it because it's actually real. So
You get all the weird like lines of sediment and all that, and there's just like random holes in it. Want more Underdoom before you want more Hellscape? These are all just themed caverns, baby.
but we could theoretically do the pieces in multiple, like, like in the perfect world.
That's what we're trying to do, right? Is with these reconfigurations, we're trying to go like, cool.
Let's
how many of
run
these
it.
schemes does it make sense to do it?
Can we run it in 3 colors? Yeah.
Because it also helps with like the casting amounts too.
Yes.
If we need to print so many of these things, if we just paint them different schemes.
Well, except for Hellscape, because
Hellscape's different because it's a
yellow.
different color.
Yeah.
But for the 3 that aren't translucent, it's nice.
Yeah. No, they share. They share a lot of comments. Oh man, this is gonna be a mushroom forest over here. It's gonna be bonkers.
Underdoom needs 1 banks. It's getting the banks. 2 natural bridge.
Getting it.
Natural bridge between the driftstones would be amazing.
We're gonna try and run it in Ice, Underdoom, and Hellscape.
And 3 Ice Catacombs Adventure Pack.
Everybody wants it.
Here,
Let me ask you this, you the viewer. What is it about the Ice Catacombs Adventure Pack that makes everybody want it?
For me, it's the Runic Column.
But what else is in there? Does it have the top of the Stairway to Violence and the Natural Bridge?
First response, Runic Column.
Yeah.
Sounds like you need a second dungeon color that isn't limited edition.
Yeah.
No natural bridge.
It doesn't. Okay.
Mushroom Cityscape.
Wait, so what does it have that? Why does everybody want the Ice Catacomb Adventure Pack? So the Runic Column?
He's saying really it's just the runic column.
Okay, so that's the the essence of it.
It's a cool piece, and it would look so good in all the other paint
You don't
schemes.
need to tell me I invented it. I love it. I love all the pieces. I
And
just
we still don't have it.
I know we'll get there. It's got LEDs. It's the whole thing. We need. There's so many cool MacGuffin pieces from Caverns Deep that are so hard to get. We get there. We're trying to get through the dungeon first. We do Dungeon of Doom and then. Wow, this is a big cave. This side's too straight. I don't know what's gonna be over here.
It may be a Moam in every cavern flavor.
Well, it only has one. Yeah, perfect. Done.
Just do like an ice paint scheme on the mushroom.
We
A
could.
frozen over Moam.
That would be really cool. The mother of all frosty mushrooms.
Iconic pieces are enough to make me want to buy a new biome. Well, that's how we do it, right?
Yeah. Well, also they're just fun to make. Like, we want to make all the cool, iconic. I don't know. We want to make all the cool stuff, all of it across the boards. All right, I gotta.
I like the Shrine of Skisrissa.
The Shrine of Skisrissa. What about it?
To meet your numbers goal, could you have bundles that have, say, 3 runic columns, one in each base coat, or one in each base cast color paint scheme?
Oh, would people buy?
It's everything except Hellscape, basically.
Would people buy it in all 3? Like, because then if you don't have 1 or 2 of them, is it worthless to you?
I don't know if we want to sell it. I don't know if we'd want to sell all 3 together in a pack, but
well, I'd rather sell the pack. I'd rather have interesting stuff in the pack and sell the pack in 3 different colors.
Shamanic Circle and the Tribal Totem.
Yeah. Well, we could do like a cool lizard folk theme pack.
You need a biome sample pack, like the piece sample pack? Oh man, that's going to be a whole... You'd have to have a good mold configuration for it.
But yeah, I agree. It would be a neat thing.
I do wonder how many of the sample packs we end up selling. Like, how often does it actually help somebody out?
You know what? A lot. Like the conversion's very high. Like generally, if someone orders a sample pack, they end up. It's something crazy. Like 80% of them end up then buying some other stuff. It sort of gives them They're like, oh wow, this feels good. It looks good. It's like, yeah, this is everything I was hoping it would be. I'm in.
Huh. Is there an Underdoom to regular Caverns transition piece?
Yeah, there's like 2. There's the 2 different passages that transition. The narrow passage and the pregnant passage both transition, I believe. Yes, we don't have floor transitions for it.
Is the only floor transition the Hellscape to Cavern?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, same with ice would have been really cool transition.
I'm not looking forward to painting that.
Nope.
Because I think I got some of those transition floors. Floor transitions would be sweet. Yeah, transitions are just a really tricky thing, right? Because, like, they're kind of an edge case.
Yeah.
And then with floor transition specifically, so with like a passage transition, it's like, cool, this one piece is how you transition. With floor transitions, it's like, okay, depending on how big of an area you're making, how many of these floor transition pieces are you going to need?
Yep.
And then is like the geometry going to work out with how you're building? And it gets way more complicated. That's like what's nice about the passage transitions is literally you just connect your rooms to this one passage.
But fundamentally, the more transitions we can have, the better, because then you can just easily flow from one thing to the other.
Yeah, definitely. Autumn paint scheme for Wildlands would be amazing.
Yes, it would.
We've seen a lot of people do those custom, and they always look really cool. I just don't know if we can justify the cost of having the factory do it.
Well, that would be the challenge: is find one that we can, find one that's replicatable, like reproducible. It's
I
a
guess
thing.
I guess theoretically, like if you're just what we would end up doing then is we would end up doing the same print run we would usually do when it comes to castings.
Yeah,
We just
you
do
just do
like
a new.
half in the regular scheme and half in the autumn scheme. So it probably wouldn't actually change prices too much. But yeah, it'd have to be replicatable. I think is the
They
main
could
thing.
they could crack it.
Yeah.
Aaron and Hamster are absolute just beasts at that. They'll find a way. Wow, I have almost.
Just tree toppers need the different paint scheme, really? Sure, but you want to see like fallen leaves on the ground and all that,
Yep.
and like the grass starting to brown a little bit, maybe.
Well, the easy way to go in is just do the trees, see if they're
Yeah.
popular, and if they are, then do the you do floors.
Yeah. Theoretically, I guess it's also way easier to just touch up your floors if you've already had the trees done. If you really care about that.
Yep.
When I eventually get the Dread Hollow trees, I plan on making them autumn. Well, you'll have a chance in a month and a half ish.
No, I think it means the original.
Yeah, original Dread Hollow. We're
Oh.
restocking that pretty soon. Ice scheme for Aranthor and KS7 Mountains could be cool too. Maybe just the Cavern Ice scheme.
Ice Aaron Third. We talked about it when we were going into Wildlands to do an alternate ice paint for the mountains, but we didn't.
Floors already have some leaves on them. Yeah. But yeah, I imagine there's gonna be some people who would want to touch up the like the grass is like starting to die a little bit, and there's more like kind of fall tones to the foliage and all that. But the trees are the important thing for sure. Trying to not buy more stuff until Wildland shows up.
It's a good plan. Good plan.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at this thing. I gotta go.
Yeah. It's looking good though. This came together pretty quickly.
Yeah, it has. I need to. This is the first pass. I gotta put some. I need to put out little mushrooms. There's a bunch of stuff I need to still put in yet. Hang on. How do I get this light up here? Maybe this.
Use that paint that changes color based on temperature. So then your pieces just throughout the year just keep changing to reflect like
That would be amazing.
what things are like. It just constantly reflects reality.
All right. So what do we have here? This is.
Needs more stalagmites. Oh, that's stressing.
I need to dress the heck out of it. It's
Yeah.
It's just
Right now it's just about getting the floor print down. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have. Let's see if I can get this on. Oh wait, I'm not on the.
Yeah, you got it on the other camera.
Thankfully.
Good idea. Finley's saying that the build should have a bunch of rock spires and such that the troll can just like pick up and throw.
Yes. So we'll have some, we'll scatter out some stuff in there as the illusion folk come in. We'll figure out make this a more obvious, like, kind of wall, cliff, like, make this visual. Use some Aranthor bits along the top of this to pop it up. And then I'm going to lower the whole floor back down if I'm doing a cheatery here. But I'm using the back of the escarpments to be the inside of these cliff walls. Fill that up with something, just an insert wall. But it's just a big, huge open cavern space. Then I'll have some sort of side passage thing over here. I don't know exactly what that's going to do. And then a side passage, a side area over there. And then this whole raised area here, where I'll populate this all with, this would be like sort of a wall of mushrooms, some of which will be like toxic and crazy and whatever. It'll give the druids something fun to do. And then I think the PCs will come in through there, and then come down and then have this just wall of mushrooms that they can hide behind. And then they get to watch. They get to watch the whole battle from here, and then they can jump in if they want. Something, I don't know. It needs a little. I need maybe to throw some, like, obviously some stalagmites. Maybe I do a natural bridge somewhere in here to to encourage some z-axis because it's really flat right now. I don't know. We'll figure out what else to do. But this is the fun. The cliff area. The cliff area here with all the mushrooms with fun. So probably should have have something that comes up, some sort of bridge thing that comes up from here. So it gives them maybe a way to get. Oh, the thing, they have to get a thing. That's the whole reason they're going in as a MacGuffin. They have to go harvest a shimmer frond, ghost leaf shimmer frond in here. So I'll put that maybe I'll put it out like on a pedestal way out in the middle of the floor here, with a natural bridge going to it. Right, so it's like right in the middle of the scrum. That's totally what I'm gonna do.
They've been sent by the druid Real Arete to get a shimmer frond.
Real Arete is trying to capture all the shimmer fronds to destroy them.
Somebody was asking if the troll was ours. Unfortunately, it's not. Although now I'm thinking it'd be kind of cool if we made a troll.
Whiz kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could make a pretty unique troll, I think.
Yeah. I do like me some trolls. All right, let's get out of here. We got a start of a 2 foot by 3 foot. I'm definitely not done tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Wheels up tomorrow at 7 p.m. I mean, I can always.
What are you going there?
Tomorrow night, I think. We'll see if I can get
nice.
it in time. Well, you know, I'll take a bucket of mushrooms, a bucket of stalagmites. I can take all the natural bridge bits. I just need to finish out. If I can basically just get all the bread and butter pieces in, then the rest I can dress the heck out of it. Take a bucket of rocks, a bucket of lizard folk.
People are wondering what pieces make up that cliff.
So, settings, focus. So I have 3 of these. The swell cliff. I've got stilts and terrain trays in the back, and then paved out the floors. Right, so the back is these are just floors and regular pieces on terrain trays on stilts. Dressed up the front with, it's got regular flat floors on the bottom, and then cliff there. This is the stepped elevation block there. Another one of these. I basically have 3, just using 3 of the swells that are double sided, so you can stay organic. And then this is what is this one? The hinged natural bridge base. You can take the hinged area off, so I took the hinged bit off and just popped that on, and then I'm using the rising walls to get up, basically on either side. And then this is the base to the Stairway to Violence, which has flat sides. Basically the whole back corner of this is made square, so you could build in sort of like this. So that's it. It's nothing super tricky. And then the whole the back side is all it's elevation blocks with then I just built right on top of the elevation blocks. Boom. Nestle everything up. Off we go, and then you see the stilts and terrain trays back here. Stilts and terrain trays is my go-to for like just everything. Stilts and terrain trays, stilts and terrain trays.
It saved our lives with the big like city build on Saturday.
Yeah, just suddenly whoop, you can just lift the whole thing up.
People are saying we need to restock the cave cliffs.
Yeah, I need more. Like, I did not get enough. I didn't realize how much I would use, like how quickly I'd use them up. Like, they're so, yeah, I agree. And it would be great to do them in ice and Underdoom and yada yada yada. All right, well, that's enough of this. Let's go back to. All right. Turn you around so you can say hi to people.
Hi everybody.
I'll take a picture. I'll put the natural bridge in. I'll take a picture before or maybe I'll take a picture on Sunday when I have it built out for the game. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna put the fog monster for fun. Maybe the fog monster will pipe in through there.
Put it through one of the entrances.
Yeah. Or through here, and then it'll spill down. Yeah, it'll be good times. Oh, I forgot about the mic.
How many of your restocks all go into Nate's basement? If Nate needs more, I like our odds of a restock.
Yeah, like Underdoom. That's where we're getting all this Underdoom stuff because like I don't have
Yeah.
enough basic Underdoom pieces. Yeah. So here's the key is you just have to get me to like figure out what you need and then tell me to build with the things that you need and then I'll realize I don't have enough of them and then we'll have to restock them.
Let's do something with that runic column.
I have a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ice or regular?
I think you just put a target on your back.
Yeah. Um. No, we got to do. We'll do those sets. Not yet. Like we have to get through a dungeon first. But yes, we'll round up all the cool pieces in Caverns Deep and make them, some point, accessible. All right, but on that note, let's get out of here. It is 9:42. This is outrageous. How did this even? Thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with Wednesday as usual, and then Thursday with building of the build of the month during the day, and then Hamster Hobby Hang at night. And Hamster Hobby Hang is tomorrow night also. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think it's everything. Oh, Stefan is playing with Nerd Botchery on Friday.
Oof.
And I'm playing with Band of Badgers on Saturday afternoon.
So it should be fun times. Tune in. Well, right. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.